Live from the Maverik Center in West Valley City, it's Utah Grizzlies hockey. As tonight's the second of a three-game series between the Grizzlies and the Cincinnati Cyclones. Hi, everybody. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Carenza. It's military night here at Maverik Center. It's the second of a three-game set between the Cincinnati Cyclones, who have the second-best record in the league. Cincinnati's got a standing point in 19 straight games, and they've got a victory in 7 straight. Wednesday night was an entertaining series opener as Cincinnati led 4-2 halfway through the second period, but the Grizzlies got one goal late in the second period as Jordan Martell got his second of the game, and Connor McDonald tied it up 9-12 into the third. But Cincinnati's Patrick Polino scored with 2:19 left in regulation, and the Cyclones added an empty netter from longtime Cincinnati forward Justin Bive as they got away with a 6-4 victory in the series opener. Lucas Preek stopped 24 of 29 in net. Mark Sinclair stopped 36 of 40 as the Grizzlies had 40 shots on goal to Cincinnati's 30. Utah is averaging 39 shots per game over their last 17 contests. The Grizzlies are averaging 4 goals a game in their last 17 contests. So can 4 goals be enough for the Grizzlies this evening? They're going up against Beck Warm, who's leading the league with 24 victories this season. The Grizzlies are going to counter with Trent Miner. So we'll see Miner and Beck Warm in net here this evening. Grizzlies made one move to the lineup from Wednesday's game as Kyle Pouncey is back in there and Vladislav Mikalchuk is a healthy scratch. Well, it should be a lot of fun if you're in the West Valley area. Come on down to Maverik Center. It's military night as the Grizzlies are wearing specialty jerseys for the occasion. Those military jerseys are being auctioned off on the Dash Auction app. And go to that to bid on your game-worn jersey. So you can get a Victor Bartley jersey wearing number 42, who's got 121 games of NHL experience. You can get Cameron Wright, who leads the Grizzlies with 48 points this season. You can get Taryn Fizer, who leads the Grizzlies with 23 goals. You can get the captain, Connor McDonald, which comes with the C on the shoulder, on the chest. You get interesting. You get your pick of jerseys. And that's certainly a lot of fun starting at $300. Go to the Dash Auction app. You can get the Iron Man, Tyler Penner. You can get Jacob Semick or Johnny Walker if you're an Arizona State University fan. Both guys are former Sun Devils. And you can get Aaron Tho. He's been outstanding as of late for the Grizzlies. He's a plus 11 in his last 16 games. You can get any Grizzlies jersey, and just about all of them are game-worn. You can get them on the Dash Auction app. Go there and bid on the Grizzlies game-worn jerseys. As we got a lot of festivities here in the house on Military Night presented by Mountain Land Supply Company. We got a good crowd filing in here on a Friday night. It should be a lot of fun. Remember, it's the middle game of a 3-game set. Both teams will be off tomorrow for WWE, which will be in the building. And then Sunday afternoon, the series will conclude at 3 o'clock. When we come back to the Utah Grizzlies pregame report, we'll talk with Guy Carenza and get his thoughts on Wednesday night's game as well as what's going to happen tonight. We'll get his pick for the Optum first goal of the game. We're in business on a Friday night. You're listening to the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
Maverik's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account.
Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Carenza. Face off in about 15 minutes from now as Utah will take on Cincinnati, who wears red and black, and they've been red hot as they've got a standing point in 19 straight games. Guy, we got our first look on Wednesday night of the Cincinnati Cyclones for the first time in 4 years. How do you think they stack up to the Idaho Steelheads?
Well, Tyson, they're a very good team, but for a different reason than the Steelheads. The Steelheads are more built on speed. They have good goaltending, just like the Cyclones do. But the difference between the two teams I noticed is that Cincinnati's a little bit more physical. They try to slow play down a little bit more, whereas Idaho tries to speed it up. But they're both having sensational seasons, so both really good teams in their own right.
Obviously, you don't want to have to continually overcome deficits, but the Grizzlies have done a good job overcoming deficits over the last month. And they had a 4-2 deficit halfway through the contest. They scored 2 goals to tie it up, and really up until Polino scored with a little over 2 minutes left in regulation, looked like the Grizzlies were right in it.
Yeah, they were. I mean, they really just have this never say die mentality. The Grizzlies just go into every game with the mindset of no matter what the time is on the clock and what the score is, we still have a chance to win this game. And it starts with guys like Cameron Wright, just the determination, the grit that they bring to their game. The Grizzlies, you can never count them out.
On Wednesday night, Jordan Martell had 2 goals and 1 assist. The Rooster, when he's got his A game on, can be as good as anybody on the ice on either side.
Oh boy, Tyson, he's a special player. I mean, ever since the Grizzlies acquired him from Fort Wayne, I mean, he's got 26 points in 34 games with the Grizzlies. He's been an excellent addition to the lineup, and really, he looked locked in during warmups. I really think that the Grizzlies are going to have another good game out of him tonight.
I think about last Friday when Trent Miner stopped 40 of 41, including all 3 in a shootout, as he picked up a victory against the Allen Americans. It was the middle game of that series. It's the middle game of this series. Trent Miner is going to be in net. And, this could be a good opportunity for Trent Miner if he's got his A game on tonight against the Cincinnati team.
I agree. This might be Trent Miner's biggest and toughest task of the season yet. The Idaho Steelheads are great, but Cincinnati, again, in their own right, are also a really good team. So Trent's going to be tested here tonight, but time and time again, he's proven that he can be a solid goaltender in net for the Grizzlies.
Feels like if the Grizzlies want to win tonight, they're going to have to be at least even, if not get the lead on the special teams, both the power play and the penalty kill units. As Cincinnati had a power play goal and 2 shorthanded tallies on Wednesday. That felt like it was a big difference in the game.
I agree, Tyson. I think that game was lost during the special teams battle. You think about the Grizzlies not getting a power play goal, and then Cincinnati scoring on the power play and getting 2 shorthanded goals. So you think about that, and if the Grizzlies even get a goal on the power play, they probably have a chance to tie that game or maybe even win it. So for the Grizzlies, they just need to stick with it, find a solution to their power play woes, and just take it from there.
Over the last 17 games, Grizzlies are averaging a little over 39 shots per contest, and they're averaging 4 goals a game. Something really changed in Rapid City from the February 10th game where they lost 7-1 to February 11th when they lost in overtime. Something happened there, and the Grizzlies have been a lot more aggressive offensively.
Oh, boy, I mean, you'd love to be a fly on the wall in that locker room after that Rapid City game, because things really did change after that game. And I don't know what Coach Kanasowicz said to the team, but ever since then, they've really looked like a different club from what we saw for the first half of the season. The Grizzlies seem motivated. They're better offensively. They've tightened up defensively, and they're winning games, and that's really all you can ask for.
Who's your pick for the Optum first goal of the game? Optum is putting you at the center of everything we do. Optum is committed to making healthcare work better, leading the way to better experiences, better health, and lower costs for you. For me, I think it's going to be Jared Power getting his first professional goal. That's my pick for the Optum first goal of the game. He's got 3 assists in 8 contests. Guy, who are you going with?
I'm going to go with Dylan Fitz here tonight. He seems to score the first goal very often. I'm expecting a big game out of Dylan tonight, and I think he's going to get the first one here.
Looks like we got a big American flag that's going to be unfurled here at Maverik Center. We got a couple songs here later on. So let's take a quick break and go over the starting lineups for both teams. Guy and I will be hanging out high atop section 114 all night for the middle game of this 3-game set between the Grizzlies and Cyclones. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Welcome back to Maverik Center. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Carenza. Looks like quite a few mascots. There's Nugget, the Rapid City mascot. The Rush have a road game. We'll be doing a lot of scoreboard watching here this evening. Looks like Risby's got a party there. There's Nugget, the Rapid City mascot. A few other mascots might be in the building as it's military night presented by Mountain Land Supply Company. And a good crowd's going to file in here. Looks like we already got quite a few people here in attendance. And we got quite a few there in the concourse and are just driving in. And so it's going to be a fun night of hockey. Grizzlies taking on the red-hot Cincinnati Cyclones, who have won 7 in a row. They've got a record of 41-12, 6-3 this season. How about the road record this year? The road record is 21-5-3-1. They are led by second-year head coach Jason Payne. His assistant is Chad McLeod. Starting in net is going to be Beck Warm. W-A-R-M is his last name. He's 6 feet, 175 pounds. He leads the league with 24 wins this season. He's got a record of 24-6-4-2 with 1 shutout, a 2.86 goals against average, and even 900 save percentage. Starting defensive pairing, Jalen Smerrick, wearing number 5. He spent a few years in the AHL with the Tucson Roadrunners. He previously had an NHL entry-level deal. He'll be paired up with Zach Berzola, who had 1 goal and 1 assist on Wednesday night. Other defensemen are expected to see are Sean Allen, who got in a fight with Johnny Walker on Wednesday evening. Dejan Mingo is 5'9", 180 pounds. And Stephen McLean, who's 6'7", and 216 is Stephen McLean. Starting forwards for the Cyclones, Zach Andrusiak, who's got 64 points in 53 games. He'll wear number 8. Louis Caparuso also has 64 points in 59 games. Caparuso, 5'9", 185 pounds. And Justin Vive, wearing number 46. He is 6'6", and 237 pounds. 30 goals and 15 assists in 62 games. Other forwards are expected to see tonight for Cincinnati include former Grizzlies Luka Burzan and Matt Berry, as well as Patrick Polino, who had 2 goals on Wednesday, including the game winner. Josh Passo had a goal shorthanded in the second period and on Wednesday in the 6-4 Cincinnati win. Lee Lapede, Cody Caron, and Adam Berg are the other forwards. Guys, Cincinnati, one of those teams that has 3 pretty strong forward lines. So they're really going to challenge the Grizzlies tonight.
Yeah, Tyson, I think the key to combating that is the Grizzlies have to find a way to win those battles along the boards, retain possession more than Cincinnati. And especially when that comes to mind, I think about those 50-50 pucks in the neutral zone. The Grizzlies need to win those battles if they want a chance to win this game. Starting lineup for the Grizzlies, Trent Miners in the second year of a 3-year NHL entry-level deal. He'll be in net. He's got a record of 12-12-2 with 2 shutouts, a 3.12 goals against average, and 910 save percentage. Grizzlies having a party. He's wearing the military-themed specialty jerseys. Starting defensive pairing, the captain, Connor McDonald, who leads the Grizzlies in plus-minus with a +6. He's got 4 goals and 12 assists in 55 games. He'll be lined up next to James Shearer, who has 5 goals and 15 assists in 43 games. Shearer +2. The forwards, Cameron Wright, who leads the Grizzlies with 48 points this season. He is second on the club with 27 assists. He's played in 53 games. He won a national championship at the University of Denver last season. Zach Sekos, a Clarkson University product, has 12 goals and 10 assists in 28 games. And Johnny Walker, first-year pro out of Arizona State. Walker had 23 penalty minutes on Wednesday night. He's got 10 goals and 5 assists in 30 games. Walker is 6 feet and 193 pounds. Watch out for Dylan Fitz, who's got 15 goals this season. Keaton Jamison, who has 26 points in 60 games. Terran Pfizer leads the Grizzlies with 23 goals. Pfizer has 5 goals in his last 6 games. A guy, it feels like Terran Pfizer and Zach Sekos are going to be critical to the Grizzlies' attack tonight. Yeah, Tyson, you think about Zach Sekos. He had a goal on Wednesday's game. I thought he played very well. Terran Pfizer had a bit of a quieter game, but he was on a tear coming into this series. I think he's going to have a bounce-back game here today. Watch out for the Rooster, Jordan Martell, who had 2 goals and 1 assist on Wednesday night. Martell was outstanding for the Grizzlies. Scratches for Utah. Corey Thomas is out of the lineup, as is Vladislav Mikalchuk. Dakota Raby and Cam Strong are out for the season. And the third goaltender is Lucas Prekas. Garrett Metcalf is the backup to Trent Miner. We got a really good crowd here, as looks like we got a veteran in attendance. It's military night. He's actually on the Grizzlies bench right now, as we got a big American flag. And when we come back, we'll hear some music coming out of the timeout. We'll also have face-off here at Maverik Center in the second of a 3-game series. It's Friday night, and we got Utah Grizzlies hockey as they take on Cincinnati. And we're back in 2 minutes on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Maverik's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps.
Expectations here will always remain high, and we'll continue to find a way.
Guys put together a lot of good games, you know.
Great night for hockey as two big standings points are on the line this evening as the Utah Grizzlies take on the Cincinnati Cyclones in the second of a three-game series. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Krenza. Utah is currently in fifth place in the Mountain Division, but they're just a couple points back of second place as it's a huge game in the standings, and we'll do a little bit of scoreboard watching as Rapid City is on the road at Fort Wayne. Idaho is on the road at Allen, and Kansas City and Tulsa do battle. And, Guy, even though it's not a divisional game, it's certainly a big matchup for the Grizzlies. They take on one of the best teams in the league.
Well, this is a huge game, Tyson. You think about the games remaining, just 11 for the Grizzlies, this one being one of the final 11. Every single game now, you want to squeeze as many points out of each game as you can. And it starts with getting big wins against a good team like Cincinnati.
It's Military Night presented by Mountain Land Supply Company. Grizzlies are wearing specialty jerseys that you can bid on the Dash Auction app. You can get a game-worn Victor Bartley jersey or Cameron Wright, Taryn Pfizer, and the rest of the Grizzlies. Trent Miner is going to get the start in net. On Wednesday night, it was Lucas Preek. Preek stopped 24 of 29. You think about 7 days ago in Allen, though, Trent Miner stopped 40 of 41, including all three in a shootout, and he's going to need a similar type of effort if the Grizzlies want to come away with two standings points.
Yeah, Tyson, I think he will, and I think just the Grizzlies as a whole, as a team, they're going to have to be on their A game tonight. This is a good team in the Cincinnati Cyclones, so it's going to take every last man in the lineup to play their top-notch game if the Grizzlies want to walk out of here with 2 points.
Both head coaches are in their second season. Jason Payne in his second year in Cincinnati, and he's done an outstanding job. And Ryan Kanasiewicz, the Grizzlies GOAT, the all-time leader in goals, assists, and points in team history. He's behind the bench for the Grizzlies. His assistant is the former Grizzly and Sandy, Utah native Jared Pike. Grizzlies in the camouflage-looking jerseys. Kind of dark numbers, light trim. Cincinnati in a black jersey with red numbers, red lettering in the back, no white. It's all black and red, and it's certainly a sharp look. Watch out for Cincinnati's top forward line. They're outstanding. Zach Andrusiak and Louis Caparuso each have 64 points this season, and Justin Vive has 30 goals this year. Vive has been a member of the Cincinnati Cyclones for about 6 or 7 years, and he's a big guy at 6'6" and 237 pounds. Grizzlies are going to counter with a pretty good forward line of their own, and Johnny Walker, Cameron Wright, and Zach Secco. Secco scored a goal early in the second period on Wednesday night, and I got a feeling he's going to have a big game, the first-year pro out of Clarkson.
Tyson, I think so too, and I think really that line for the Grizzlies, it starts with them. If they have a good performance, that might trickle down throughout the rest of the lineup, and the Grizzlies as a whole might have a good game.
The referee tonight is Marc-Olivier Faneuf. The linesmen are Andrew Collins and Colin Kleinendorf. Grizzlies are going to be skating from right to left as we see it from high top section 114. Cincinnati will be skating from our left to our right as Jalen Smerrick has some words for Zach Andrusiak. Also watch out for Zach Berzola, who's going to start as one defenseman for Cincinnati. He had 1 goal and 1 assist on Wednesday night. Referee's got the puck. He drops it center ice. Cincinnati wins the draw, and we're underway on a Friday night. Military night at Maverik Center. It's also an AFCU Friday. A Cincinnati rink-wide pass off the boards. Caparuso skates towards the near corner, trying to center it. Bounced off to McDonald, who moves it ahead. Puck in the right point. Smerrick keeps it in. He'll lift it in the air. Goes to the corner. Goes over the head of Zach Andrusiak. McDonald feeds it back to the corner that he vacated. Cameron Wright will move it ahead. It bounced off of Smerrick, who keeps it in. And it's a hand pass, though. Caparuso was in the area, as was Smerrick, as we get our first whistle, 23 seconds in. Everybody make your pick for the opt-in first goal of the game. I am going to go with Jared Power. He's still looking for his first pro goal. Guy, who are you going with?
I'm going with Dylan Fitz, Tyson.
Fitz, who's got 15 goals this season, which is third on the club. Sekos to take the draw. Scene 5 that started the game for Utah. Sekos wearing a college-style mask. He got hit in the face with a puck in the last minute on Sunday's game against Allen. Cincinnati wins the draw for the second time here this evening as Smerrick dumps it in from the left wing. Sure throws it back to Wright, who's along the near boards. Wright wearing number 15. He's the Grizzlies' leading scorer with 48 points. So spin it along for Johnny Walker, who'll kick it ahead. Smerrick keeps it in, left point. He'll skate towards the circle, take a lefty shot. It's blocked by Walker and flies out of play as we get a whistle at 19:18 left in the first. So we're just underway, so get some chips and dip and a beverage of your choice and enjoy a little bit of Friday with us.
Well, Tyson, you talk about that top line for the Cyclones. I think they're scary, not just because of how good of players they are, but you think about two guys with veteran experience in Vive and Caparuso, and then a guy that's familiar with the Grizzlies, Andrusiak, who's been a few seasons with the Steelheads. Dangerous line for Cincinnati.
Zach Andrusiak scored his first pro goal here at Maverik Center as a member of the Steelheads. Draw won by Cincinnati as Josh Passot, who scored a goal on Wednesday night. None of us saw it. Passot throws it up top for Sean Allen. He looks to center it, and it goes to Cody Cron, back to Sean Allen. Left point shot. Glove saved by Minor. And Trent holds on. Sean Allen, who used to play for the Wichita Thunder, is 6'3" and a strong 205 pounds. You saw the goal on Wednesday, though. That was scored by Passot. We were watching Johnny Walker and Sean Allen fight at the exact same time.
It was an interesting play. Really wild sequence of events. I think I might have been the only person in the building that actually saw that goal.
I think you were. The crowd was actually cheering when the puck crossed the goal line. As Cincinnati wins the draw, righty shot, saved by Minor. That was taken by Dejan Mingo, number 25. Mingo played his college hockey at Bowling Green State University. He was a senior in the 2015-2016 season when Connor McDonald was a freshman. So those guys know each other pretty well. Grizzlies make a line change. We've had a few whistles here in the first minute of play. Unfortunately, from the Grizzlies' perspective, a lot of the action has happened in Utah's zone.
Yeah, I think the Grizzlies need to win this faceoff and just get some possession, work around with the puck a little bit, just get the feel of the puck on your own stick, get out of your own zone.
Lee Lapide will take the draw for Cincinnati against Sekos. Cincinnati wins the draw. Mingo high slot, righty shot goes wide as Karan, who hasn't scored since October 28th against Wheeling. He hasn't had a goal in 46 straight games. Up top for Mingo, right point, he'll skate towards his left. He gets tapped away by a Grizzly. It goes back to neutral ice. Mingo will lift it in the air. It's gloved by Jacob Semick. Semick got Arizona State 5th game as a pro as Cody Cron delivers a hit on Cameron Wright. Puck goes into the Cincinnati zone off the far corner as Allen will wing it across to Mingo. Play starting to get physical as Mingo tried to move it ahead. Taken away by Cameron Wright. I think it's been the same three forwards for the Grizzlies here in the first minute and a half. Walker, Sekos, and Wright. Puck goes back to the corner. Right will bounce off the Cincinnati stick. Cody Crum will carry it across the right wing. Left wing pass as the Cyclones enter the zone. Lee Lepie gets knocked down. Adam Berg skates around the net. Berg throws it up top for Berzola. And we got a Grizzly that's down in the corner as Cincinnati delivered a hit. And a Grizzly is down. Colin Lee, the Grizzlies trainer, is going to go to the corner to check on the injured Grizzly. Were you able to spot a number?
I think that's Jared Power, number 20, Tyson.
Kind of looked like an innocent-looking hit in the corner as the puck was in the Grizzlies zone. And Power got hit in the far side, and Colin Lee, the Grizzlies trainer, checking over him. Sometimes you think about getting hit on the glass, but sometimes you end up colliding into that stanchion. That stanchion doesn't give the way glass does.
Yeah, it's really tough. Sometimes it just depends on how the speed you're going to the boards, where you end up hitting the boards. Hopefully Power's going to be okay here.
Early on, 18:09 left in the first. Jared Power gets back to his feet. He's got a towel holding on to his face. So it looks like he's drawn blood. Colin Lee, the Grizzlies trainer, walking to the bench with him. Luckily, he was able to skate under his own power. Oh, no, that's Aaron Tho. That's Tho, number 28. Tho will skate towards the locker room. One of 7 defensemen for the Grizzlies tonight. Kyle Pouncey might see some more playing time as a result. Pouncey, the 7th defenseman. He replaces Michalchuk in the Grizzlies lineup.
Yeah, that's my bad. I thought I saw a 20. I didn't see the slash on the 8. It was on the far side. So my apologies for the scare there. Hopefully Aaron Tho will be okay.
To the family of Jared Power, he's okay. And to the family of Aaron Tho, hopefully he'll be okay. He did skate off onto his own power. Draws in the Grizzlies zone. We've had quite a few face-offs here in the first 2 minutes. His fans are still filing in here. Hey, Bumble, the Salt Lake Bees mascot's in attendance. In fact, longtime Salt Lake Bees announcer Steve Klauke announcing that 2023 will be his last year. Klauke filled in for a few Grizzlies games over the years. Cincinnati gets hit in the right corner as they win the face-off. Luca Burzan, the former Grizzly, throws it up top as McLean takes a lefty shot, and it deflects off a stick and flies off the protective netting. 17:55 left in the first, and we get another whistle. There's another mascot in Section 114. All sorts of fun stuff happening at Maverik Center. Military night, and we got mascots everywhere.
Well, boy, it seems like they got mascots crawling out of the woodwork here. It seems every time I turn in a new direction, I see a different mascot. Some I've never seen before in my entire life.
And Nugget, the Rapid City mascots here. Remember, Grisby was over in Rapid City a few months ago when the Grizzlies were there in January. And it looks like Nugget's returning the favor. We don't want his hockey team to win tonight. Rapid City's on the road taking on Fort Wayne. We'll give you an update during the intermissions. Off the draw, Cincinnati wins it. Shot's blocked. Matt Berry in the area. I think Berry took that shot. Berry over there with Burzan. Both guys former Grizzlies. Berry gets the stick held up as the Cyclones over to the left side. Battle with Semick. Puck rolls towards the far corner. It's taken by Utah. Bryson Martin, wearing number 14, sporting the mustache. Will move it ahead to the Rooster Martell. Ahead to Jared Power. It goes past him and deep into the Cincinnati zone. No icing. Power in the area. So as Jamison gets it back to Power behind the goal line. Cincinnati gathers it again. Berry moves it across. Skating along the right side is Patrick Polino, number 27. He crosses center ice and dumps it in. Semick collides along the glass with Polino. Polino throws it up top. Andrusiak skates the left point. Back to Polino. Back to Andrusiak. One-timer goes wide on a lefty shot. But glides along the near boards. Goes back to center ice. Jalen Smerrick up ahead as goes to Andrusiak. A Grizzly gets hit at the blue line. That's Pfizer skating in. Right side. Caparuso shot saved by Minor. As Vive loses the puck in the right corner. James Scherer feeds it across. Bryson Martin gets it. He'll move it out to center ice. Past Taryn Pfizer. No icing as Pfizer gets it. He's behind the Cincinnati net. Pfizer now skates towards the far side. Backhand shot saved by Beck Warm. It was the other goaltender, Sinclair, who was in on Wednesday night. As Dylan Fitz wearing the A on his sweater. Left wing shot saved by Warm. Rebound goes out to Smerrick, who will spin it along the far boards. Connor McDonald gets it. Right wing shot. Got redirected by a stick and goes wide. As Scherer towards the left side. Pins it back to the corner. Grizzlies center it. Kicks off the skate of Smerrick. And rolls towards Dejan Mingo's got an A on his sweater. He'll move it out to center ice for Caparuso, who gains center ice, and he dumps it in. Minor cuts off behind his net. Minor feeds it to the far side. This goes to Taryn Pfizer, who leads the Grizzlies with 23 goals. He'll throw a backhand pass to Tyler Penner at center ice. Penner right wing dumps it in. Grizzlies make a full line change. We're about 4 minutes in, still no score. Cyclones with 3 shots. Utah's taken 2. As Sean Allen moves out to the far side. Now cross off the boards as Passo gains the offensive line, skates down the middle. He gets spun around. Oh, it's going to be a penalty on Utah. Josh Passo's effort and energy drew a penalty as he skated along the right wing, entered the offensive zone, then veered off into the middle. And going to the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. is Victor Bartley. Passo's got good speed. He drew that penalty on Bartley. Hooking's going to be the call.
Really was moving with speed. And you talked about Cameron Wright on Wednesday. I mean, how good he is at just driving to the net and drawing penalties. Tonight, it's Paso drawing the same penalty for Cincinnati.
Cincinnati's on the power play for the first time tonight, 18.4% this season. Utah's penalty kill is 79.2%. I wonder if Bartley's going to get a 10-minute misconduct, as now they have Cameron Wright going to the box with Bartley. So 2 minutes for hooking for Victor Bartley. And now Cameron Wright goes to the penalty box. I don't know what Wright's got. It's going to be a 5-on-4. Maybe Bartley got a 10-minute misconduct. We'll have to check on that. As Matt Berry, the former Grizzly, he's got 15 goals and 42 assists this season, 57 points in 57 games. He wins the face-off, but it goes between the two guys up top. As Cincinnati chases after it, as Zach Berzola will stop behind his net, as Bartley got another unsportsmanlike to go along with the hook. As action deep in the Cincinnati zone, Zach Sekos on the far side throws up top to McDonald. It bounced off his stick and rolls to neutralize. Grizzlies playing a game of keep away as James Shearer to the near side, sails it all the way deep into the Cyclone zone. Cincinnati skating from left to right. Cincinnati with it. It was a 10-minute misconduct for Victor Bartley, unsportsmanlike conduct. Cincinnati crosses center ice. Berzola over to Karan. There's a big-time hit delivered by James Shearer in the corner. As Burzan up top for Barry. Now to the right side as Cody Karan skates towards the right circle. I look to center it out in front and glanced off a stick. Burzan back to Barry in the far side. He skates towards the corner. Barry centers it. Shearer picks it off and clears it out. Good defensive play by James Shearer. Is about as dependable as it comes in this league. Just an outstanding defenseman who does a lot of things with the puck and without it. Smerek throws to the right side as Cincinnati made a line change. Grizzlies battle at the center ice scores table on the near side. Caparuso and Druziak over there battling with Fitz and Simeone. And Druziak feeds it across. Pouncey nudges it ahead, but not very far as Cincinnati rolls it along the wall. And Druziak, the former Stillhead, throws it behind the net as Vive over towards the far side. Now back to Vive from Polino. Now Polino gets it and throws it up top for Smerek. Now to Andruziak, back to Polino. One-timer. And it goes wide. He didn't get much on the one-timer as puck goes back to Polino in the far corner. He wears number 27 up top for Smerek. Smerek, number 5, back to the far corner. Now to Vive. One-timer, saved by Minor. Now Andruziak gets it, right wing shot, and it's blocked by Fitz. As 15 seconds left on the Cincinnati power play. As the Cyclones working around. Polino skates towards the far corner. Now he's behind the goal line. Surveys, throws to Andruziak in the right circle. Andruziak skates towards the corner. Now to the near goal line. Caparuso over to Smerek. He'll take a lefty shot. He scores. Grizzlies are back at full strength, and the Cyclones have made it a 1-0 game as Jalen Smerek went top shelf on Trent Miner as he picks up his 8th goal of the season. He high-fives everybody on the Cyclones bench. Well, we don't know if it's a 5-on-5 goal or not. Just about the exact time that Bartley was coming out of the penalty box, even though it should have been Wright coming out of the box. No, Wright was actually the one that got the 10 minutes for barking at the official. Bartley came out of the box, and that exact moment was when Smerek scored.
Tyson, that's one of those ones where even if it doesn't end up being a power play goal, technically, you might as well chalk it up as one, as the Cyclones were moving the puck around in the Grizzly zone like they were the Allen Americans, and they just found a way to put it in the net.
It is a 5-on-5 goal. Smerek gets it with Caparuso and Zach Andruziak getting the assist. Now, Bartley got the 2 minutes for hooking. He came out of the box. It was Cameron Wright that got a 10-minute misconduct for arguing a call when Bartley got the penalty. As Wright's in the penalty box right now, serving as misconduct. As Cincinnati out to center ice, they skate from left to right. Lee Lapide will throw it off the far wing boards. Berg will chase after it. He collides with Aaron Tho. Tho back in the game after he got hit up high early in the contest. Now left side, as left wing, one-timer saved by Minor. Some pushing after the whistle as that shot was taken by Lee Lapide, number 28. Timeout, 13:21 left in the first. As Jalen Smerek gets his 7th goal of the season, and the Cyclones lead 1-0 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
13:21 left in the first period. Jalen Smerrick got his 8th goal of the season, 6-11 into the contest. Caparuso and Andrusiak with the assist. Guy, the action's been a little bit too much in the Grizzlies zone in the first segment of play.
I agree, Tyson. It seems like the ice is really tilted, and the puck has been in the Grizzlies zone way too much. And you think about that power play. I mean, the Cyclones were moving the puck around like they were the Allen Americans, just great puck movement, and the Grizzlies just couldn't catch up. They were able to cash in on the power play.
And like the Americans, they're very patient with their approach on the power play, looking for that right shot. As draw one by the Grizzlies, Christian Simeone moves ahead to center ice. It bounced off a Cincinnati stick, rolls to the Cyclones' blue line to Sean Allen. Throws it towards Caron. Simeone hits him. Bartley throws it across the Tho. Moves out to center ice for Martel. It glanced off his stick and rolls deep into the Cyclone zone. As Allen, skating towards the near side, moves it ahead. As Cincinnati out to neutral ice. Taken by Martel for the Grizzlies. He'll throw it back into the Grizzlies zone for Tho. Over to Bartley, the former NHLer. Back to Tho, wearing number 28. Tho had 2 assists on Wednesday. He'll throw it to center ice. Bounced off a Jameson's stick. Rolls to Sean Allen. Now Berg gets it. Right wing pass to Lapede. He skates along the right wing, 2-on-2. As Lapede will bounce it off the wall. As puck spins around to the right side. Zach Berzola skates towards the corner. He gets tripped up, no call. Bartley collides with Berg. Berg gets the puck. He'll skate towards the far side. Berg now in the left circle. Drops off to the high slot, but couldn't reach. It was Cincinnati's Patrick Polino. As Berzola moves ahead to Smerrick, the goal scorer. He'll dump it just to the right of Trent Miner towards the corner. As Luca Berzan spins it around, Matt Berry chases after. He usually has a pretty good burst of speed, going from 0 to 60 pretty quickly as the puck's to the far side. Cincinnati rolls it off the end boards. Jacob Semick throws it towards Bryson Martin. Martin skates towards the far side, moves ahead to Fitz, who throws it across. It glanced off a Cincinnati glove. Pfizer throws it to Penner, but he couldn't reach it. Jalen Smerrick, the former Tucson Roadrunner, throws to the far side. Now back across to Berry, who crosses center ice right wing. Berry looks to center to Berzan, back to Berzola, take a righty shot that goes wide. The puck glides towards Polino. He trying to feed it to the high slot. Passes wide of the mark as Terran Pfizer glides across center ice. Pfizer gets back checked by Berzan. Cincinnati moves it ahead. Polino skates towards his left as he steps over the blue line. Polino being challenged by Sekos. As Polino will bounce off the Grizzlies skate and he rolls back towards the end boards as McDonald throws to the right point. Keeping it in is Allen. Now it's the left side and Druzak left wing shot saved by Miner. Rebound goes to Shearer. Up ahead, Berzan's exiting the ice. Cincinnati makes a line change, no icing as McLean gets it. He's 6'7" and 216 pounds. Allen over to Andrusiak, back to Allen, who literally kicks it ahead to McLean. Now the Cyclones will skate out to center ice. They carry it across the right wing. Now left wing pass to Andrusiak. He'll skate towards the left circle. He gets it poked away. Johnny Walker at neutral ice gets it poked back into the Grizzlies zone. As Shearer moves ahead to Power. Back to Walker, skates down the middle. Good poke check by Cincinnati's Caparuso as the Cyclones will clear it out to center. Boy, the Cyclones got hit by Walker and are laying on the ice. Now Power skates the left side. Across to Jamison. Take a shot, he scores! Keaton Jamison gets his 12th of the year, and we're tied at 1. Jamison is the Optum first goal of the game scores. He scored from the right wing with Jared Power on the left side. Power through the pass to Jamison, and Keaton is the Optum first goal of the game scores. We're tied at 1.
What a great play by Jared Power, recognizing that Sean Allen was down in the Cincinnati zone. Grizzlies take the puck and go the other way, taking advantage of a potential odd man rush there, and they make the fullest extent of it. Power to Jamison, and he finished it off. Great play by the Grizzlies.
Jamison, the former Fort Wayne Comet, gets the goal, his 12th of the year. 10:37 left in the first. Jared Power is going to get his 4th assist of the year. Power, the Mount Royal University product, as referees over talking with Jason Payne, the Cincinnati coach. But the Cyclones had an inquiry about something. Victor Bartley also with an assist. His 11th assist of the season. Apparently the first time Victor Bartley was in Utah, he was called Vic. Even though in the NHL, he was called Victor. You know what? If NHL people call him Victor, guess what? We're calling him Victor.
Well, I think it's great that the Grizzlies have a guy like Victor Bartley on their team, a guy with that experience, has played in the NHL, has seen a thing or two, and I think the younger guys on this team can learn a lot from a guy like Victor Bartley.
Referee talking with Smerik and Dejan Mingo. Cincinnati an inquiry about something. We're not sure what it is, but we're tied at 1 about halfway through the first period. Draw won by the Grizzlies. Escape from right to left in the first period is Bryson Martin. Will toss it ahead. Grizzlies will glide across center ice. Jamison, the goal scorer, skates down the middle. Left wing pass to Martin. He'll take a lefty shot. Kick saved by Warm in the butterfly position as Jamison skates towards the far side up top. Righty shot is blocked now. Cincinnati moves it ahead. Cyclones carried into the offensive zone as pass out with good speed. Centers to Smerik. He'll take a backhand shot that goes wide. Smerik looking for a second goal of the game. Martel the Rooster will tap it deeper in the Grizzlies zone as Cincinnati looks to center it, but it's poked away by Jamison. And now at center ice, Jalen Smerik takes it away from the Rooster. Smerik skates towards the left circle. Now he loses it to the corner. Smerik looks to center it, picked off by Martin. He throws a backhand pass to center ice, 2-on-2. Dylan Fitz skates towards the left circle. Looked to center it, but Martel got cut off by Passolt as Martel gets hit by Smerik. Puck towards the far goal line as Tyler Penner, second-year pro out of Colgate, fires across the crease and it bounced off the stick of Beck Warm. Goes to center ice. Cody Cron 1-on-3. He'll gain the line. He'll veer out to the left. Gets around McDonald. Now left circle. Shot save. Now another shot saved by Minor. That last shot was taken by Luka Burzan, who's got 7 goals and 9 assists in 16 games in this league.
Tyson, the atmosphere of this game has completely shifted ever since the Grizzlies goal. I mean, you can probably hear the crowd on the YouTube feed and Flow Sports. I mean, the Grizz Maniacs are in the house and they're roaring now. That goal really rejuvenated everybody, and hopefully the Grizzlies can feed off of that and shake off the tilt on this ice.
Draw's going to be in the Grizzlies zone. Patrick Polino will take the face off. He's got Barry and Burzan out there. Draw taken by Tyler Penner for Utah. Penner wins the face-off as McDonald throws to Shear behind Utah's net. Now Burzan gets it. Burzan scored some big goals for the Grizzlies last year. Barry back to Burzan. Shear cuts it off. Great play by James Shear. Cincinnati would have had a great scoring chance if he wasn't there. Now finds the right side. It's poked away by Stephen McLean. McLean towards Burzan, the far corner, deep in the Cyclone zone. Turnover. Grizzlies with a shot that goes wide. Now it's the left side. Bartley shot saved by Warm as Fitz will kick it over to Tyler Penner. He's in a battle with Berzola, and now Cincinnati gathers the puck as Berzola wouldn't let Penner get the pass. At center ice, Taron Pfizer near side, cross the center, he gets hit. He collides with Matt Barry as Pfizer throws it back into the Grizzlies zone. Now Bartley gets it. It's coming off the ice is Connor McDonald as Bartley surveys the near circle deep in the Grizzlies zone. Now throw it across to Aaron Tho. He'll get it to center ice, pass picked off by Andruzak, but bounced off his stick, rolls towards Power. Now Cyclones get it back. Andruzak across to Caparuso. Glance off his stick. It glides to Bartley. Now another Cyclone gets it. Mingo crosses center ice and dumps it in. Though battles with Andruzak in the corner. As now it goes to Sekos. He'll feed it from one corner to the other as it's taken by Bartley. He'll move it ahead to Power. Gets picked off. Mingo on the right point, but the whistle blows. Puck exited the zone. Mingo couldn't believe it. But Colin Kleinendorf, sporting a sweet-looking mustache, spotted the puck exit the zone. The draw is going to come out to center ice.
Tyson, you know who else is sporting a sweet-looking mustache?
Who's that?
The Sheriff, Bryson Martin, patrolling the defense. He's on the case. And he's really having a good season for the Grizzlies, and I love his mustache, too.
Yeah, he's been solid. It kind of looks like a Sheriff's mustache. He just put a hat on his head, and Bryson Martin looks like he fits right in. Bryson Martin, the Sheriff. He's on the ice with Jacob Semick. Semick was a college teammate of Johnny Walker's. They know each other real well. Sekos to take the draw at neutral ice against Louis Caparuso. Caparuso has been in the league quite some time. He was born in 1989. 64 points in 59 games. Grizzlies win the draw. Sekos goes to the right side for Walker. Looking back to Sekos as Sean Allen hits Walker. The saga continues. Walker loses his stick. He gets it back. As Andruzak skates down the middle, he steps over the offense line, over to Caparuso, skates towards his left. Vive tries to feed it out in front to Vive, but it bounced off the stick. Now Vive gets it, throws up top to Allen, but he wasn't covering the point as it glides along the far boards, and it goes all the way deep in the Cincinnati zone. Grizzlies make a line change, 7:38 and counting left in the first. We're tied at 1. Sean Allen, the former Wichita Thunder defenseman, behind his own net. Now he pitches to the near side for Mingo. He tosses to center ice. Puck glanced off the stick of Lee Lapede. Now Shearer gets it. Backhand pass towards the Grizzlies bench from Martell. Now to Simeone, who skates down the middle. Simeone drives it to the corner and chases after it. Simeone gets blasted by Allen, but Simeone keeps his feet. Second-year pro out of Merrimack. He tried to throw it to Jamison. Adam Berg cuts him off. As Berg now battles. Now goes to Jamison, to Shearer. Across off the boards for McDonald. Now to Martell in the right corner. Martell gets pushed. He had 2 goals, 1 assist on Wednesday night. As Adam Berg battles along the end walls, the puck lines there. And now it's taken by Utah. Martell feeds it behind his back as it goes to Utah. As Jamison skates towards the left side, takes a shot and is blocked by Berg. As Simeone gets poked away, rolls back to Shearer on the near side. Shearer near the boards, surveys. The puck goes to McDonald. Bounced off a Cyclone. Now Josh passes out across the center ice with good speed. McDonald cuts in front of him. Utah clears it out to center. Berzola enters from the right side. He'll skate towards the circle. Berzola around the net with good speed. He's now to the far side. Berzola across to Smerik. Now he centers it to Barry. Barry feeds it out in front. But the pass is picked off. Utah clears it out to center again. Smerik gathers it. He skates towards his left. Now to Matt Barry, who fanned on dumping it in his. It rolls towards the far corner slowly. McDonald will tap it off the boards. Now Matt Barry gets it, centers it. Smerik shot goes wide. Now Barrick out in the front door, and it gets kicked away back to the far corner. Berzan battles with Pfizer as Pfizer goes down. Fitz gets back checked by Berzan, who took the puck away. Now Cincinnati. Patrick Polino, left side, takes a shot. Saved by Minor. Rebound goes out to the right point. Grizzlies clear it out. Good job by Tyler Penner. A lot of fun action here at Maverik Center. Smerik moves ahead. It bounced off the stick of Barry and goes deep into the Grizzly zone as Barry chases after it. Barry with a hit on Tho. Barry feeds it out in front. It bounced off a Minor. Now Barry centers it. Picked off by Utah. Rolls off the boards. Berzola to the right side. Gets cut off by his own guy. Matt Barry spins it along as Barry just about cost Berzola a scoring chance. Cincinnati rolls it back to the far corner. Nobody there but Aaron Tho. Tapping off a Cyclone. And now goes back to Tho. He will skate towards the near side. Now feed it to Bartley. Bartley left wing cross the center ice. Now he skates down the middle. Loses the puck. Gets it back. Bartley to the right side. Skates towards the circle. Being shadowed by Andrusiak. Over to the left side for Walker. One-timer and he fanned on it. He throws up top for Semick. Gets poked back to center. Fitz dumps it back in. Beck Warm couldn't cut it off as it rolls towards the near corner. As McLean. Walker tried to blow up McLean, and Walker hit nothing but boards. Sean Allen to the far side. We'll tap it to Caparuso. He moves ahead to Vive. He pitches across, but nobody's there. Vive tries to skate after it. Center ice. It goes to Power, dumps it in. Now Sekos to the left side gets it. Sekos over towards Power. Got the bouncing puck, but couldn't do anything with it. Now the Cyclones have it. And Druziak right side gains the point. He'll throw it across to Vive, who couldn't reach it. And if Vive can't reach it, nobody can reach it. He's 6'6", 237, and may have the longest stick in the league. Grizzlies gather as they took it away from Andrusiak. Play getting physical here as Semick will carry it across center ice. Now pitch a left wing pass to Power. Power gains line, skates down the middle, throws to the left side. As Grizzlies skate in, Martell trying to find Power out in front. It goes wide. Semick in the area. Semick will skate off. As Grizzlies skate towards the near side, centering pass bounced off a skate. Rolls to Andrusiak, who carries it across center ice. And he'll lift it high into the air. And Minor watches it go to the near corner. Both teams make a change. About 4 minutes left in the first period. We're tied at 1. Grizzlies tapping off the boards. Lee Lapede dumps it back in. Sure behind the net. As now a skate down the middle. Far wing pass to Martell, who looks like he's going to ice the puck as the whistle blows. No icing on the play. 3:46 left in the first. Got a long time between whistles. Lapede moved ahead to Cron, who was skating the other way. Grizzlies throw it to the Cincinnati blue line. Mingo over to Smerik. Grizzlies take up a Let's Go Grizzlies chant as the fans, big crowd here at Maverik Center. As Passo collides with Simeone. Pfizer gets hit up high. It's going to be a penalty on Cincinnati. Lee Lapede touches it up. Cyclones can't believe it. But Cody Cron looks like he's going to get a penalty. Cameron Wright skates out as he served his 10-minute misconduct. When we come back in 30 seconds, Grizzlies will be on the power play. We're tied at 1 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Maverik's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
Cody Cron is in the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. Have you or someone you know been charged with a DUI? Rogers and Russell is Utah's DUI defense firm. Consequences for driving under the influence in Utah are serious, and you need great attorneys on your first line. Look for a letter in the mail from Rogers and Russell inviting you to schedule a free consultation. Don't throw away or disregard this letter. Calling it Utah's #1 DUI defense firm, Rogers and Russell. We're tied at 1. Cody Cron got 2 minutes for a check to the head. Very dangerous play as he tried to light up Taron Pfizer. Time of penalty, 16:37 in. Well, we've had very few whistles after the first couple minutes of play. Guy, what have you seen out there?
Well, Tyson, I'm just really surprised at how physical the Cincinnati Cyclones are. They're really throwing hits on the Grizzlies whenever they can, and the Grizzlies are doing a good job of fighting back. The question is how long can the Grizzlies keep doing that? The Cyclones, it seems like they're a team that are built to wear teams down throughout the course of the game. We saw them come away with a late win on Wednesday. The Grizzlies need to stick through it and play physical throughout the course of this game.
Cameron Wright is back after serving the 10-minute misconduct. He's on the ice with Zach Sekos, who's taking the face-off. Johnny Walker is to Sekos' left. Up top is Taron Pfizer and Jacob Semick. So watch out for Cameron Wright. He's fresh after not being out there for the last 10 minutes. 3:23 left in the first. We're tied at 1. Cincinnati's outshot Utah 8-5. Sekos, the Clarkson University product, as the linesman Andrew Collins drops the puck. Draw one by Cincinnati. As Smerek moves ahead to Burzan. Burzan skates to the right side. He's in the circle. Burzan gets around Pfizer. I'll take a shot saved by Minor. Minor over to Pfizer. Trent did a great job anticipating what Burzan was going to do. Both guys were teammates with the Grizzlies last year. Semick skates down the middle. Loses the puck, but gets it back. He'll drop it off for Wright. Cameron Wright, watch out for him. He's got 16 power play points. He moves to Pfizer, leads the Grizzlies with 10 power play goals as Pfizer dumps it in. Taken by Cincinnati, fanned on clearing it out. Semick to the left point. Across to Pfizer. Back up top for Semick, who skates towards the high slot. Take a lefty shot on a pad save by Ward. And it goes out of play. Beck Warm, who's a native of British Columbia. He leads the league with 24 wins this season.
Tyson, the Grizzlies need to tighten up their power play a little bit. We saw 2 shorthanded goals go against the Grizzlies in Wednesday's game. Then another excellent chance here tonight for Burzan. The Grizzlies need to tighten up on the blue line during the power play.
Strauss in the left circle. 1:23 left in the man advantage. Same 5-man unit for the Grizzlies. Less than 3 minutes left in the first. We've had ourselves an entertaining crowd and an entertaining game and an entertaining crowd. Sekos to take the draw. Cincinnati won 6-4 on Wednesday night. Cyclones had 2 shorthanded goals. Grizzlies win the draw. Walker across to Pfizer in the right point. Pfizer across off a Cincinnati stick. Walker in the corner gets lit up by Allen. As Walker threw it up top, but it was wide of Jacob Semick and rolls towards Trent Minor to the far side. Grizzlies reset. Semick with the puck. He skates down the middle. Across the center ice logo. Drops it back for Wright. Across to Sekos, who loses the puck. Sekos moved it ahead as he got it back as Walker tried to get to Wright, but Wright couldn't skate over there. As clearing it out is Josh Passo. Passo had one of the 2 shorthanded goals on Wednesday. Walker right wing pass. Grizzlies re-enter as Pfizer loses it. Patrick Polino lifts it high into the air and deep into the Grizzlies zone as the Cyclones make a line change, so to the Grizzlies. Bryson Martin back in his own zone. About 2 minutes left in the first. Martin skates down the middle. He'll feed it to the right side for Fitz, who dumps it in. Smerek skates after it. Smerek has Cincinnati's goal. Moves it across. The only guy there is Shearer on the left point. He'll cut it off, and he'll throw it back to the left circle for Fitz. Now the Grizzlies get it back over Jamison. Across to Martin. Martin the right side over to Shearer. Shearer will take a lefty shot and is blocked by Smerek. Smerek was like a brick wall in the slot. Jamison gets it. He skates towards the right side. Jamison rolls it across. Shearer cuts it off from the left point. As there's less than 10 seconds left in the power play, Martel couldn't handle it. Smerek will clear it out. Coming out of the box is Cody Cron as he's back on the ice and he'll skate directly to the bench. Bryson Martin will cross center ice down the middle. Martin will fire it towards Beck Warm and gets blocked. Dejan Mingo feeds it to the near side for Caparuso. Drops it off for Andrusiak. He'll throw it across. It lifts high into the air and bounces at Vive's ankles. Now Caparuso skates down the middle. Shot blocked by Bartley. Caparuso over to Vive. 1 minute left in the period. As Vive on 2 knees moves it across to Andrusiak, but it's cut off by Martin. Now Martin will glide it ahead to the near side. Picked off by McLean. Right point, he'll take a shot that goes wide. Now Vive behind the net. He'd lose the puck as it goes to the near side. Boy, they're going to call a slash. I'm not sure where the slash was as Vive lost the puck, and the referee must have spotted a slash there. So it looks like Keaton Jamison's going to skate towards the penalty box. 2 minutes for slashing with 45 seconds left in the first.
Tough break for the Grizzlies there. Go back on the penalty kill. to close out this first period. Cyclones are 1 for 1 on the power play. Grizzlies are going to have to find a way to shut them down.
During the intermission, we'll recap the first period, and we'll also go over some scores from around the Mountain Division. We'll do a little bit of scoreboard watching as Grizzlies are making a run to the playoffs. Utah needs some help from other opponents and other teams to lose in the division, like Rapid City, who's facing Fort Wayne. Wichita's taking on Iowa. Tulsa and Kansas City meet as Cyclones win the face-off as they start their power play. Smerik over to Andrusiak, right side shot goes wide on a one-timer. Caparuso to the left side, up top for Smerik. He'll skate towards his right. Smerik over to Caparuso. He skates towards the far goal line over to Vive. Shot, kick saved by Minor. Rebound, shot, and a score. Boy, there was some loose change out in front, and bang, Polino, who had 2 goals on Wednesday night, finds the back of the net for the 3rd time this series. The power play goal for Cincinnati, and with 27.3 seconds left in the first, it's a 2-1 game. Boy, it was one of those. There was a lot of traffic out in front. The shot was taken from the far side. It was Caparuso over towards the left side, one-timer, and Minor just couldn't corral it. And unfortunately, the couple of Grizzlies that were trying to box out Cincinnati couldn't locate it before Polino did.
And I think the biggest mistake by the Grizzlies on that power play was letting Vive get that shot off from between the circles. That's what starts the whole thing. And then the puck is just loose in the crease, as you mentioned. And Minor wasn't able to pick it up. Too much traffic. Nobody did except for Polino. The Cyclones retake the lead.
Polino gets his 3rd of the series and 22nd of the year. Was a power play goal. Justin Vive and Louis Caparuso with the assist. Out of neutral ice, Matt Berry moves across, bounces off the skate of Bartley. Grizzlies cross center. Cameron Wright gains the line, drops it off for Walker. Toe drag shot. Stick saved by Beck Warm as it goes towards the far side. Now Wright gets it near the corner. Tough angled shot saved by Warm. And the Cincinnati goaltender holds on with 3.4 seconds left in the first.
Well, again, like the story was on Wednesday, special teams, a big factor in that game. They have been so far tonight. The Grizzlies 0 for 1 on the power play. Cyclones 2 for 2. Cincinnati's winning the special teams battle, and once again, they're winning the game.
Yeah, I remember their first goal, I think, was scored 1 second after a power play ended, but Bartley didn't, he just barely came out of the box. There was nothing he could do to influence the play, so it essentially was a 5-on-4 goal. Draw goes out to neutral ice from the Cincinnati zone, and the horn sounds, and that will do it for 20 minutes of play here at Maverik Center. As Cincinnati got goals from Jalen Smerik and Patrick Polino. Grizzlies got a first period goal from Keaton Jamison. He is the Optum first goal of the game score. If you pick Keaton Jamison, congratulations, you're a winner. Jared Power got with the assist. I should have gone with Jamison. I actually picked Power, and he did get a point in the first period, but it was a first period assist, not a first period goal. The Power's got 4 assists in 9 games in the Grizzlies uniform. Well, both teams are headed to the locker room, and when we come back to the Rio Tinto Kennecott intermission report, Guy Krenz will recap the first period. We'll do a little bit of scoreboard watching, find out what the other teams in the Mountain Division are doing. It's Cincinnati 2, Utah 1, and we're back in 2 minutes on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Maverik's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best. Day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
It's a fun night here at the Maverik Center. Cyclones lead 2-1. I'm Guy Carenza. Alongside me is Tyson Whiting. It's the Rio Tinto first intermission report. Cyclones lead 2-1 after 20 minutes of play, and it was Jalen Smerrick getting the party started 6-11 into the first period. He gets his 8th goal of the season. That's assisted by Caparuso and Druziak. It's technically not a power play goal as Victor Bartley came out of the box. The goal was scored 1 second after Bartley came out of the box, so technically not a power play goal, although you can pretty much chalk it up as one as Bartley was away from the play. So
Chris Hagan went, and the Grizzlies are back at full. They scored.
We were pretty much shorthanded there, so regardless, it essentially isn't a power play goal. So Smerrick gets the party started, 1-0 Cincinnati. But 9:21 into the first period, Jameson gets his 12th of the year from Power and Bartley. Power picks up his 4th point as a pro and a Grizzly. So that made it a 1-1 game. And then on the power play, 19:32 into the first period, Patrick Polino, the dagger, he got the game-winning goal in Wednesday night's contest, and he's got a goal here again tonight. He gets his 22nd goal of the season, assisted by Vive and Caparuso. And again, I mentioned that did come on the power play. Cincinnati, 1 for 2 on the power play, and Utah is 0 for 1. Cyclones took 10 shots in the first period. The Grizzlies took 7. Leading the Grizzlies in shots is Taryn Pfizer with 2. Trent Miner was busy in the first period, stopping 8 of 10. I thought his game was really solid, but Tyson, a lot of physicality between the two teams in the first period. Teams that really haven't seen each other in a long time. But Cincinnati plays that physical style of game.
Yeah, they do, and so do the Grizzlies. Both teams up there in penalty minutes, and the Mountain Division is normally more physical than the other divisions. As you mentioned, special teams, we talked about it at the top, could play a big factor, and they have. Cincinnati scoring a goal 1 second after a power play ended. Chris Hagan, the PA announcer, was like, Grizzlies are back at full strength. Oh, darn it. Something like that. Cincinnati had scored. And then, Cincinnati got some traffic out in front. There were 2 Grizzlies. Cyclones took a shot from the left side, bounced off of Miner's pads, and Grizzlies normally do a really good job of boxing out opposing players out in front of the net. But, it looked like a couple Grizzlies defensemen didn't know where the puck was, and Patrick Polino did. And then Polino just took the puck and poked it in. And just like that, bang, Polino gave Cincinnati a 2-1 lead. And it was a power play goal. And I think the thing the Grizzlies need to do in the second period is they need to generate some more shots. Only 7 in the first period. We'll see if the Grizzlies can generate a few more. But I really like that goal that was scored by Keaton Jamison on a pass from Jared Power. It was on a 2-on-1, maybe a 2-on-2. As one of those, Power had to lift the puck a little bit. It was a great catch by Jamison in the right circle to corral the puck. And then once he did, looked like Beck Warm was drifted a little bit too much towards the far side. It left a little bit too much room stick side, and Jamison was able to put it away.
In fact, I might as well just draw up that play here for the viewers on YouTube. You just did a really good description.
Oh, you got one of those coaches' boards.
Yeah, here we go.
All right.
Here we go, coaches board. But let's see if we can zoom this in. But really, the Grizzlies did a really good job on that goal. I think we're already zoomed in as much as we can. But the Grizzlies did a really good job on that goal. And I think it all starts. Johnny Walker hits number 4, Sean Allen, down below the circle on the near side in the Cincinnati zone. So Allen's away from the play. Walker skates back up. He gets the puck here, and he sends it from the blue line to Power at the near circle. Now what Power is going to do is he's going to pick his head up, and he's going to find number 12, Keaton Jamison. He's going to float a perfect saucer pass right across to Jamison, and Jamison with the finisher is going to put that one home. Excellent play by the Grizzlies. Really one of those plays that you draw up that you usually see in warm-ups on like a line rush where you just bang, bang play, get the puck into the offensive zone, and you just pick your head up and see who's there. Power makes a pro play and finds Jamison. So I think Jared Power is really settling in with his Grizzlies team. I like the way that he's played, and I think he's going to be a big part in the Grizzlies making a push for the playoffs.
I've talked about the Grizzlies' improvement since February 11th, and part of the improvement is improved 5-on-5 play. The Grizzlies did win the battle 5-on-5 on Wednesday, and they did, technically it was tied 1-1 in the 5-on-5 battle, but the Grizzlies did score the only true 5-on-5 goal in that first period. And that's shown up in better plus-minus categories for the Grizzlies as of late. And really, when you talk about, getting that depth scoring, well, that's part of it. Jamison has been a really good role player for the Grizzlies this year. And I picked Jared Power to get the opt-in first goal, and a big part of that is I've really liked his overall game. Liked his ability as a passer and really liked his ability with moving the puck around, using his speed. He actually looked particularly good in morning skate this morning. So Jared Power looks like he's really picking it up and starting to get used to the speed of the pro game.
Yeah, he really is starting to look like a pro. He's really, like I said, fitting in quite nicely with this Grizzlies team. And I think the beauty of it is that when we make our picks for the opt-in first goal of the game, it really isn't a lock that anybody is going to be that guy to score the first goal of the game. I mean, if we were on the Isle Americans broadcast, we could probably name 4 names. And chances are at 25% it's going to be one of those guys. But, I mean, with the Grizzlies, you mentioned, you're right, that depth scoring for the Grizzlies, it's on a night-in out basis. You don't know who it's going to be. It could be Power. It could be Jamison. It could be Wright. It could be Pfizer. I mean, the list goes on. And those are the teams, Tyson. Those are the teams that are dangerous in the playoffs. If the Grizzlies make it, watch out, because they could really make a run there.
It's incredible, the logjam from 2 to 6 in the Mountain Division. Right now, Idaho's clinched the division title. They've got 101 standings points, which is the most in the league. In fact, Cincinnati's got the second most standings points in the league with 91. But Wichita's in second place in the Mountain Division with 63 points. Allen and Kansas City are tied for third with 62 points. And the Grizzlies are in fifth place with 61 points. But watch out for Rapid City, who's in sixth place, but they got 59 standings points. Some big games across the league. Second intermission, Rapid City and Fort Wayne are tied at 3. That game played at Memorial Coliseum. Fort Wayne is tough to beat in that building. The Rapid City's holding strong through 2 periods as Max Cota, Jimmy Soper, and Keanu Yamamoto have the Rapid City goals. Adam Carlson has just stopped 11 of 14 in net. Very few shots either side. Rapid City 16 shots to Fort Wayne's 14. Watch out for Rapid City. He's playing some good hockey as of late. Early third period, Idaho leads Allen 3-1. Grizzlies rooting for the Steelheads in that one, and Idaho's up by 2 goals. Early third period, Wichita leads Iowa 1-0. As Wichita in second place with 63 standings points. Now the Thunder will be here at Maverik Center for a 3-game set next week. Next Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, March 29th, 31st, and April 1st. Early third period, Tulsa and Kansas City are tied at 2. We're probably rooting for Tulsa, who's in last place in the division, and Kansas City right there in that log jam as they're tied with Allen for third place. And so I think Utah's rooting for Tulsa in that game. But, Guy, it's interesting to look at the standings, and from now until the end of the regular season, really, we've been scoreboard watching for a few weeks now because we got a feeling it's going to come down to that final weekend before any playoff spots secured 2 through 4.
I agree. I mean, it's just, you mentioned a log jam. Idaho's already clinched, so you think about the 3 spots remaining in the division. Now you've got 5 teams competing for 3 spots as Rapid City has come all the way back from the depths and have really pushed themselves back into the playoff race. They're just 2 points behind the Grizzlies, who are in 5th place. But, I mean, if the season ended today, and it's kind of silly to say that, but if the season ended today, the Grizzlies would be the team on the outside looking in. They wouldn't make it. And I think that just makes a series like tonight, a game against Cincinnati, it's so big that the Grizzlies beat opponents like Cincinnati, yes, but they also get those standing points because those standing points, man, they're like gold. I mean, every team needs them, especially the Grizzlies. And you got to find a way to win games and get those points.
Cincinnati 2, Utah 1 will skate 5-on-5 to start the second period. We'll talk some hockey and have second period action here from Maverik Center. It's military night. Remember to go to the Dash Auction app to bid on these Grizzlies game-worn jerseys. We'll give an update on how that auction is going, and we'll also have second period action as the Cyclones lead the Grizzlies 2-1 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Maverik's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
Cincinnati leads Utah 2-1. I'm Tyson Whiting here with Guy Carenza. You can bid on the game-worn jerseys on the Dash auction app. Let's see how the auction is going right now. Guy, the leader in the clubhouse right now looks to be Johnny Walker.
I believe it is Johnny Walker. Just going to do a quick scroll through here, and yeah, it looks like it is Johnny Walker. Top bid right now, and it looks like it's going to be $510 as of this moment. So Johnny Walker certainly has been busy tonight physically, and his jersey's going up in bids.
What about our goal scorer, Keaton Jamison?
Let's check out J-Mo. He's still stuck at $300.
Oh,
they got to show J-Mo some love.
That's a goal in that jersey. That's a game-worn goal.
Oh, boy.
And Keaton Jamison. Dylan Fitz, $330. Bryson Martin, $300. Cameron Wright, $310. Zach Sekos up to $400. That's good to see. Sekos, one of the best all-around players in the Grizzlies club. Kyle Pouncey at $310. How much you want to bet? That's Nadine Hellewell's bid. Jordan Martell at $300. Martell's been outstanding. Lucas Preek up to $430. That's surprising considering Lucas Preek is not wearing that jersey tonight. He's not the starting goaltender, and he's not the backup. Grisby, $340. Victor Bartley at $310. Minor, $330. That's a game-worn jersey, and then some with Minor. A lot of sweat in that jersey. Connor McDonald, the Grizzlies captain. We got to get a bid on Connor McDonald. That's the captain C right there. I think that jersey alone, just for the C, is worth an extra $20. If I had the money, I'd bid on the Connor McDonald jersey.
It's a good one. You get that C. I would bid on the James Shearer jersey. James Shearer, really solid player for the Grizzlies all year long, and it's got that A on it. Now, some people prefer the C. I personally like the A just as much as the C, so I also think that's really cool. That jersey has got 5 bids, $340 right now. A lot of really good options here.
I guess there's more than the jersey that you can bid on. You got the jersey, but there's also locker room name bars you can get, and there's also military signed mini hockey sticks.
Oh, boy.
So if you don't have the money for a jersey, you can get a signed mini hockey stick.
I think those start at $25, Tyson. That's a bargain. Right now, it's Connor McDonald's.
Let's use the leader in the clubhouse there. Johnny Walker at $65. Taryn Pfizer, $40. Keaton Jamison, $35. Dakota Raby, $40. Raby's probably out the rest of the year. He's had an outstanding year. Lucas Preek, $55. Trent Minor, $55. Minor, former 7th-round pick of the Colorado Avalanche. You also have the nameplate. Hopefully yours is spelled right that you get. Johnny Walker, 65. Looks like we got some Johnny Walker fans. He's right up there, and Johnny Walker becoming a fan favorite game in and game out. When he's healthy, he's about as much fun to watch as anybody I've seen. Kyle Pouncey at $40. Looks like Jordan Martell, the Rooster. It'd be awesome if they had the Rooster on the nameplate. Jacob Semick, 30. Parikh, 30. Trent Minor, 60.
Oh.
So Minor might be second in the clubhouse. How much is Bryce Martin's going for? Or should I say Bryce Martin? Got to add the end to it.
$25.
Yeah, his is spelled wrong. That alone's got to be worth an extra $20. You get one with an error on it.
I'd say so.
Well, Cincinnati leads 2-1. The Grizzlies have been a good come from behind team, even though that's not really a habit you want to have because it means you're falling behind in games. I got a feeling if the Grizzlies can find a way to stay out of the penalty box, they're right in this one.
Yeah, Tyson, I agree. And I think for the Grizzlies, penalty kill, 1 for 2 tonight. Technically 2, I mean, not technically, but almost 0 for 2. I think for the Grizzlies, I think they just need to pick their head up, start making some smarter decisions. As for the power play, a power play that's really struggled as of late, just pick your head up and start shooting the puck. I think the best thing that you can do when the power play is struggling is just get the puck to the net. The Grizzlies try to move the puck around too much, and I think they psych themselves out. Just start firing the puck at the net, and something's got to give.
And one of the things, Cincinnati's one of the bigger teams Utah faced all year. Grizzlies have got to win those battles on the boards, those one-on-one battles. If they can do that, I think they can have some success here, but they got to win those battles.
I agree, Tyson. Especially those battles along the boards are important, but I think the battles in the neutral zone are just as important. You talk about those loose pucks, those bouncing pucks in the neutral zone, those races to those pucks. The Grizzlies got to win those, especially against a team like Cincinnati that will take the puck and go the other way in just an instant. You got to win those battles.
Connor McDonald, the Grizzlies captain, skating around, so Trent Miner is going to be in net. Cameron Wright a little bit fresher than everybody else. He served a 10-minute misconduct as he got 4:10 into the first. It was interesting. Victor Bartley got the hooking minor, then Wright went in the box with the misconduct. And Cody Cron got an illegal check to head, 2-minute penalty, 16:37 in, and Keaton Jamison with a slashing minor, 19:14 in. Cincinnati cashed in on that power play as Patrick Polino scored with 28 seconds left in the first period. Zach Sekos will be on the ice, taking the face-off to start the second period. He's out there with Cameron Wright and Johnny Walker. Defensive pairing, Connor McDonald and James Shearer. That's about as reliable a defensive pairing as you're going to get. McDonald leads the Grizzlies with a +6 rating, and James Shearer has been outstanding as of late. As I mentioned before, it's not necessarily what you see statistically from James Shearer. There was one play there where Berzan could have had an easy shot out in front, but Shearer was the one anticipating the play and cut off the centering pass. He's done a great job cutting off centering passes, and for his size, he packs a wallop.
Tyson, I think James Shearer might be a psychic. He just peers into his crystal ball and is just so good at reading the other team and anticipating the plays that they're going to make. Fantastic player on the blue line.
James Shearer, the psychic. I like it. Draw's going to be at center ice. The Grizzlies going to be skating from left to right as we see it from high top section 114. Your mind's eye see it on YouTube. Grizzlies win the draw. Shearer throws to McDonald. Connor, the Grizzlies captain, ahead to Cameron Wright, who skates down the middle. Left wing pass to Sekos, back to Wright. Grizzlies in the attack zone. Wright loses the puck. Ahead to Andrusiak. He gets it poked away as it rolls towards Vive. Now ahead to Caparuso. He couldn't reach it. McDonald out to center ice for Wright, who glides ahead to Walker. Across to Sekos. He skates to the right side, loses the puck as he collides with Vive. Moves to the corner. Now goes back to McDonald. Right side, righty shot, and it's blocked by the stick of Smerek. As around the net, looking for Walker out in front. He couldn't reach it. Vive moves it ahead. And Andrusiak to the right side. Throws it off the stick of Vive as Sekos collides with Vive. Vive is down. He did not anticipate Sekos hitting him. Vive gets back to his feet. Sekos taps him with the stick, saying, "My bad." Miner behind his net. Will swing it towards the far side. Vive skates towards the bench slowly. And remember, Cincinnati only rolling with 15 skaters tonight. You can have 17. As Shearer across to McDonald on the near side. Outlet pass to center ice for Walker. Tapped off his stick. Walker along with Sean Allen battles. As Allen pushes Walker to the boards. That's been an interesting saga this series. Those guys fought on Wednesday. Out to neutral ice. Lapide moves it across. Which is Cincinnati skates towards the right circle. Righty shot saved by Miner. That shot was taken by Cody Cron, who hasn't scored a goal since October 28th at Wheeling. And that was early in the season. First month as Sean Allen to the left side skates towards the circle. He gets hit by Pfizer. Pfizer takes the puck. They'll move it ahead. Puck bounced off of Fitz's stick and rolls deep into the Cincinnati zone. Fitz snares it to Penner. Shot saved by Beck Warm. Rebound goes to Cron, who skates around the net. Pfizer takes it away from him. Moves it to Fitz. He's on the left side. Back towards Pfizer, but he was skating towards his right. As Dejan Mingo behind the Cincinnati net rolls to Sean Allen. As both teams spread the ice, Grizzlies get some forwards off. As Allen moves ahead, a glance off the stick. Miner feeds it to the far side. Cincinnati makes a full line change. Victor Bartley back in his own zone. Well, glided across to Aaron Tho, skates towards the far side. Now back to Bartley. Bartley being chased by Matt Berry. Moves out to center ice. It glanced off a Cincinnati stick. As it's taken by Passo. He skates the left circle. Shot saved by Miner. Puck goes off the glove of McLean and rolls to the Cincinnati blue line. McLean gets it. Look at it back to Berzola. As Berzola back to McLean. He's in the near side. He'll move a blue line pass to Matt Berry, who centers it towards Polino. Grizzlies poking out to center. Now Jared Power Skates around a skater. Power over towards Jamison. Like a righty shot. Saved by Beck. Beck warm. Now goes to the right side. Power lefty shot. Saved by Warm. Now Utah trying to feed it out in front. Goes wide. Martell across the power. Bounced off him. Luca Burzan on the far side. Gathers it. Throws it across to McLean. Ooh. Outlets it out to center ice for Polino. He'll skate to the left side. Polino skates towards his right. Drops off for Burzan. Shot. Saved by Minor. Rebound goes to Berry, who skates around the Utah net. Berry trying to get to Burzan. Now taken by Polino. Backhand shot. It's blocked by Bartley. Great play by Victor. Now behind the net. Berry skates towards the near side. Gets to Burzan. Shot. Saved by Minor. Great stop by Trent. As puck goes behind Utah's net. Martin throws it back to the far corner. Gets poked away. Polino to the far goal line. Gets taken away by Martin. He'll move it out as goes over the head of Cincinnati. And icing is waved off. Both teams are able to make a line change. Great defensive effort by the Grizzlies. As Smerek throws it out to center ice. Tapped off a Vive stick. Vive was limping as he was skating towards the bench after his last shift. Minor feeds out towards the far wing boards. And Martin kicks out to center ice. Johnny Walker throws it across to McDonald. McDonald's all alone, but the Grizzlies are offside. A great defensive effort by the Grizzlies down there, stopping one shot after another.
Yeah, Tyson, I really like the way the Grizzlies have come out to start this second period. Started out, I really like that shift from that Jamison line. There's a shooting gallery here in the Cincinnati zone. Grizzlies taking shots at Warm, just weren't able to get one by. And then a great defensive effort by that same shift down in their own zone. I like the way the Grizzlies have started out this period.
I got a feeling it's just a matter of time before Jared Power connects for his first pro goal.
I agree. He has looked really solid throughout the course of this game.
Barry found Burzan out in front there on that last shift, and Minor made a big save there.
And Trent Minor, it really has had a solid night in goal for the Grizzlies.
Cameron Wright will take the draw against Louis Caparuso. Draw one by the Grizzlies at center ice is McDonald. Right wing will bounce off of Smerek, who's in the near circle of Cincinnati zone, to move it ahead. Looking for Caparuso. It looks like icing is going to be called as the pass was incomplete. Smerek argues the case with the referee, but the draw is going to come back towards Beck Warm, the Cincinnati goaltender. And speaking of Warm, it feels like it's a little hot in this building here tonight. Big Friday night crowd. Now, remember, both teams are going to be off tomorrow. Sunday at 3 o'clock will be the series finale.
It's warm in here. Hopefully it starts getting warm outside. We got some more snow today. I don't know if I can handle more snow, Tyson.
Johnny Walker and Jalen Smerek exchanging some words. Smerek played for the Tucson Roadrunners about the same time Johnny Walker was at Arizona State. Speaking of warm, those guys were in warm climates recently. Draw taken by Cyclones and the Grizzlies. This time it's won by Cincinnati. As Dejan Mingo to the far side gets hit by Johnny Walker. It's going to be a penalty on Johnny. And Smerek holds off on retaliating to get a penalty of his own. Dejan Mingo pushes Johnny Walker in the face. I think that's going to get called. Walker is going to go to the box. 2 minutes for cross-checking, I believe. But Mingo's going to go to the box for retaliating and pushing Johnny Walker in the face. Cincinnati could have had a power play, but Mingo lost his cool there. Instead, we're going to skate 4-on-4. Cross-checking for one. It looks like roughing for Mingo and cross-checking for Walker.
Really lucky break here for the Grizzlies, Tyson. I mean, you think about a potential power play for Cincinnati. Now it's a 4-on-4 because Mingo lost his cool. And don't call Johnny Walker the worm for nothing. He ruffled the feathers of Mingo. He took offense, and Johnny ends up drawing a penalty.
Let's see if Johnny gets an extra 2 minutes. No, both guys are going to get 2 minutes. Simeone's going to go to the penalty box with Walker. So I imagine Walker's going to get something other than just 2 minutes. As they show Mingo pushing Walker. Walker's laughing at Mingo because he knew he just baited him into a penalty. It looks like out of this, it's going to be a power play for Cincinnati. Remember, Simeone's in the box, and he'll come out representing Walker, I believe. Boy, I thought there was going to be 4-on-4. Looks like Walker's picked up an extra 2 minutes. So Cincinnati is on the power play as Walker got an extra 2 minutes. And Utah wins the face-off. They're shorthanded. Cincinnati, both their goals were affected by the power play. Ahead to Keaton Jamison. He's in the Cincinnati zone. Left side. Feeds across to Sekos, but is picked off by Caparuso. He moves ahead to Vive. Vive skates towards the right circle. Take a lefty shot. Saved by Minor, and it deflects out of play. Johnny Walker got a 2 and a 2, a cross check and a rough, whereas Dejan Mingo just got a rough. 15:43 left in the second. 1:43 left in the Cincinnati power play. Guy, the penalty kill unit's going to have to come up big.
Yeah, Tyson, they are. We talked about the special teams battle. Right now, Cincinnati's winning that battle. Grizzlies need to find a way to even the score.
Draws going to be on the far side. Zach Sekos has taken a ton of face-offs for the Grizzlies tonight. This time it's won by Patrick Polino. He's already got a goal tonight. Smerek lines it across to Caparuso. Caparuso skeets towards the left circle. Now to the goal line. Caparuso around the net. He loses the puck as Sure anticipated him throwing it to Andrusiak. Sure gets the puck. He'll tap it off the near glass, but fanned on it. 5 to the left side over to Caparuso in the corner. He wings it around to Andrusiak, who couldn't reach it. And it goes out to center ice. Smerek back in his own end. As now skeet down the middle at neutralized, cross center, dropping off for Polino. Polino gets poked away by Sekos. Smerek re-enters from the left side as he skates towards a point. Stops, throws it across to Caparuso, who's got an A on his sweater. He gets poked away by Sekos, rolls towards a corner. 5 battles with Sekos. Now to Caparuso on the far side. Back to Polino. Polino throws up top for Smerek, and it's picked off by Sekos, who anticipated the pass. Sekos skates towards the left circle. Toe drag, shot. Saved by Warm. Arm is raised by the referee. It's going to be a penalty. Interference is the call. And who's he going to be on? Looks like it's going to be on Zach Andrusiak of Cincinnati. Great play by Zach Sekos, anticipating Cincinnati throwing it to the point. Then they got a 2-on-2 out of it. Sekos toe drag shot. Warm made the save. And Andrusiak goes to the penalty box.
And when you think about Cincinnati and how dangerous they are on the penalty kill, the Grizzlies have had their chances shorthanded as well. Great chance there for the Grizzlies. So far, this penalty kill is looking like they're doing quite a fine job here.
Well, with Andrusiak getting the 2-minute interference penalty, we're going to skate 4-on-4 for 47 seconds. And then after that, Simeone will come out of the box, and the Grizzlies will have a power play. As the draw won by the Grizzlies, shot saved by Warm. As Martin on the far side loses it. Cincinnati can't clear it out. We're playing even strength as pass out over to Luca Burzan, who skates towards his left. Burzan crosses center ice, skates in with speed. As he gets around Aaron Tho, Burzan collides with Tho in the corner. Burzan moves on his keister, trying to center it to Passo, bounced off of Fitz. Penner across the Tho, across the center ice, chips it in, bounced off of Allen. Now Fitz gets it down the middle. Righty shot goes wide. 15 seconds left in the 4-on-4 before Simeone comes out of the box. Penner around the goal line, chips over to the near corner, chases after it. As he collides with Sean Allen. Martin, right wing shot, save. Rebound shot by White Wright, goes over the crossbar. Play was all alone there. As Simeone's out of the box, Grizzlies start a power play. Berzola make that pass out, lose the puck. It goes to the near side. Cameron Wright gets back checked by Lee Lapide. Left wing pass to Simeone. Christian will drop it off for the point. Nobody was home. Passo throws to his left. Cincinnati skates towards the circle. Throws behind the back for Smerek. He'll take a shot. He scores. It's a shorthanded goal for Cincinnati, who had 2 on Wednesday. Great behind the back pass by Lee Lapide over to Jalen Smerek. And Smerek gets his 2nd of the game and 9th of the season. The Cyclones extend the lead to a 3-1 game. What a pass by Lapide behind his back for Smerek, who skated down the middle. And he went stick side on Trent.
Well, Tyson, that's a tough play for Semick. He has a chance to potentially try and poke that puck away. Instead, he elects to try and box out the shooter and leave it up to Miner and make that save. Just one of those bang-bang decisions. The Grizzlies find the puck in the back of their net.
Smerek with his 2nd goal of the game. Lee Lapide and Josh Passo with the assists. 13:41 left in the second. Grizzlies are still on the power play for 54 seconds, but Cincinnati leads 3-1. Cyclones win the draw. Dejan Mingo gains the line, left side, skates towards the corner along the near wing board. The Grizzly goes down. Mingo in the area. Grizzlies come out with a puck. Cameron Wright, left wing pass to Sekos across the center ice. Sekos at good speed. Skates towards his left. Chips ahead to Wright. Now to Pfizer out in front. Pfizer with a shot. He gets cut off by Cincinnati. Wright over to Shearer. Back to Wright, who skates towards right circle. Momentum on take a shot. Saved by Warm in the butterfly position. Polino gets the puck. He'll carry it out to neutral ice and dump it in. As Cincinnati makes a change behind him. Rink wide pass to Wright. Now drops off for Sekos across the center. Sekos down the middle. Right wing pass to Wright. Now across. Bounced off a Cincinnati stick. Goes to Jamison in the corner. Jamison up top for Shearer across to Pfizer. Swings and misses on a pass attempt. Now Pfizer feeds out in front. And it goes between the legs of Sekos. As Jamison skates towards the far corner, throws it up top for Shearer. He'll skate towards his left. Cincinnati's back at full strength. Set goes across to Pfizer, and Druziak joins the play. Pfizer chips it to Cameron right in the near boards, right in the right point. Lifts it to the corner for Jamison. Keaton throws it from one corner to the other as Karan. Now behind the net, Jamison cuts in front of Karan. Now back to Pfizer, back to Jamison, far side. Righty shot, saved by Warm. And he holds on, 12:24 left in the second. Cincinnati has a power play goal, a shorthanded goal, and they scored 1 second after a power play ended. They lead 3-1. 12:24 left in the second period. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
It's Cincinnati 3, Utah 1. Jalen Smerrick has 2 goals. He's a +2. 1 goal for Patrick Plano is a +2. Keaton Jamison has Utah's goal. He scored 9:21 into the first. Draws game in the Cincinnati zone. It's won by the Cyclones as they move it ahead now to center ice. Caparuso skates down the middle with speed. He skates towards the right circle, gets poked away by Simeone. Now goes back to Vive, who gets it poked away. Now left side, McLean skates towards the left circle. Centers out in front. Shot save, rebound, shot. And it goes wide, and Druziak almost made it 4-1. Caparuso right side, skates towards the middle. Caparuso, left side, shot saved by Minor. Rebound right wing, shot saved by Minor. Now Cincinnati up top. Berzola skates towards his left. He'll feed it to the right side. Cyclones back to Berzola. Glance off his stick. Berzola gets it back. Power trying to take it away from him. Berzola throws to the far goal line. Minor kicks his net open. And the whistle blows. Boy, you talk about playing on your heels. Cincinnati had Utah on their heels that entire shift. And good break for the Grizzlies. That Minor kicked the net open.
Yeah, Tyson, really, the Grizzlies needed that whistle. They were under siege. Great puck movement by the Cyclones. And boy, the Grizzlies need to find a way to gain some momentum and get this thing and get back in it.
You almost get a feeling that Cincinnati smelled blood there and wanted to carry on the momentum after that shorthanded goal. They did a good job of it.
Yeah, Tyson, I agree. I think Cincinnati knew that they had the Grizzlies on their heels in the next shift after really just continued to try and take it to them and just get as many goals as they can while they had the momentum, something that we've seen the Allen Americans do to the Grizzlies. Grizzlies need to find a way to turn the tide back in their favor.
Vive's arguing a penalty should be called on Minor for kicking the net open. The net is still open, and they're continuing to have some words with each other. So everybody's just kind of looking at each other. Kind of strange. It's almost like we're just having one of those meet and converge kind of things. Now they put the net back in place, but for some reason they just kind of hung around and mingled for about a minute without anything happening. They put the net back in place.
Quite strange.
You ever did that after
the Grizzlies?
You ever did that after church? You just kind of mingled in the hallway for about 20 minutes after church was over?
Yeah, Sunday brunch.
That's about what that was. Cincinnati wins the draw. Right wing shot saved by Minor. Burzan throws it up top. Polino keeps it in. He'll pitchfork it out to the corner for Burzan, who spins along the wall. Puck goes to the near side, taken by Pfizer. Moves ahead, but Smerrick keeps it in. Smerrick on hat trick watch. He's already got 2 goals tonight. Cincinnati trips up Penner. It's going to be a penalty. Dillon fits in the far corner. Barry trips up Penner again. As referee's looking the other way. Now Barry has some words for Penner. Victor Bartley skates over and confronts Matt Barry. Barry tripped up a Grizzly, and it was Tyler Penner they tripped up over at the Cincinnati blue line. And then Barry tripped him again. But the referee was looking the other way. He didn't see the second trip.
Well, they got one.
I think Barry thought that Penner tripped him up, and Barry just returned the favor. And then Barry at neutral ice, where the referee wasn't spotting him, hit Penner right in the back.
And trips him and then cross-checks him. So
I think they only called the one, though. Oh, they called both. 4 minutes are on the clock. It looked like they called both.
Well, good
they
for
called
the
both.
officials.
The referee skated the other way. Good job for him. Tripping and cross-checking was called. Good call by the referee.
Does you know why they called that penalty? It's because they had the help of all the Grizz maniacs in the house. We saw about 1,000 hands goes pointing right at center ice saying, hey, you didn't see that?
No, he did.
So
he did see the second penalty. Good job by Marc-Olivier Faneuf. Normally you don't see it when you're skating the other way and the puck was over in the Cincinnati zone. He spotted that move from the neutral ice. He looked at it from his left shoulder. You could see him look behind him. So 4 minutes worth of a power play. 2 separate minor penalties were called on Matt Barry. It's Cincinnati 3, Utah 1. Secos take the draw on the far side. It's a good opportunity for the Grizzlies to get back in this game. As they finally drop the puck, Patrick Polino wins the face-off. Smerek will backhand it out to Polino. Polino out to center ice 2-on-2. Right wing pass to Berzander, the Cincinnati bench. He'll backhand it deep in the Grizzlies zone. Right collides with Polino. And it's taking the puck's Jacob Semick. Semick clean shaven, will cross center ice. So drop it back for Wright. Wright also clean shaven. Gets around Lapide. Over to Pfizer, who gains the blue line. Falls down. Smerek in the area. So is Lapide. As Pfizer on one knee now, he gets back to his feet. Wright skates towards the near goal line. As he stops, throws to Pfizer on the right circle. Chips across it. Bounce off the skate of a Cyclone. Now up top for Semick. Over to the left side for Secos. Secos will stop in the corner. Now guided up top for Semick. Semick will direct it over to Secos. Now back to Pfizer. Up top for Semick, who glides it over to Wright on the right side. Right with the righty shot. And it's blocked by Smerek. Semick over to Wright. Back to Semick. He's near the Bud Light sign. Now Secos left side takes a shot. And redirected by Pfizer's stick and rolls towards the far corner. Pfizer chasing after it. Gets it. Now up top for Secos. Back to Pfizer in the slot. Now to the far goal line for Walker. He'll take a shot and is saved by Warm. Smerek gets it and clears it out. Both teams make a line change up ahead. All Grizzlies were lucky they weren't caught with more than 5. Pfizer centers it towards Martel. Pass behind him as it got redirected by a Cincinnati stick. Martel to the near goal line over to Pfizer. One timer and it goes wide. Now Sean Allen battles. He trips up Martel, no call. Martel up top for Martin, but he couldn't keep the line as it goes all the way into the Grizzlies zone as Martin chases after it. Boy, Cincinnati's Cody Caron displaying great speed. Caron falls down. That's what the fans like. Fans applauding Caron falling down. And neutralized. Puck bounced off of Martin. Now Sean Allen, puck at his ankles. He's in a one-on-one battle with Fitz. He loses it. But we get a call and we get a hook. I think it's going to be on the Grizzlies. Yeah, Dylan Fitz skates right to the penalty box. 2:08 was left in the double minor. But now we're going to skate 4-on-4 as Dylan Fitz gets 2 minutes for hooking with 9:25 left in the second.
Well, we're going to skate 4-on-4, which may benefit the Grizzlies, that open ice. Bryson Martin absolutely juked out a Cincinnati Cyclones and sent him tumbling all the way into the inboards. Like the puck movement by the Grizzlies on that power play, just couldn't buy a goal there.
I think if you're looking at an angle of stick, they show the replay. Fitz kind of lifted the stick of Allen, but you can make a case either way, whether it was actually a hook or not.
Seems like the referees are trying to call a tight game here in the second after seeing all that physical play in the first. I think they want to keep this thing under wraps, not let it get out of hand.
That's important for both teams to adjust to it if they're going to start calling it tight. Draws game in the near circle. We're skating 4-on-4 for 2 minutes. Louis Caparuso will take the draw for Cincinnati. Caparuso, one of the Cincinnati team leaders. He's been around for quite some time. Caparuso wearing number 23 in his black jersey with red numbers, red lettering. As the Cyclones win the draw, and Druziak skates towards the far corner, collides along the wall with Jordan Martel, the Rooster. The Grizzly got hit with a high stick, and it's James Shearer. Holding's going to be the call. Boy, Shearer reacted as if he were hit with a high stick. The penalty is going to be on Dejan Mingo. No, Caparuso. It's not even a Cyclone. Jordan Martel gets 2 minutes for holding. Martel dragged down Zach and Druziak. Yeah, that was a good call.
Listen, I do believe that James Shearer did get caught up high with a stick. I'm surprised that also wasn't called.
Martel gets 2 minutes for holding, 10:43 into the second period. So we're skating 4-on-3 for 1:52. Wait, talking about the ice opening up, it opens up even more with one less skater out there. Draw one by Cincinnati, and Andrusiak to the left point. They'll throw it along the wall. Vive behind the net, across to Caparuso. Caparuso over to Andrusiak. He skates to the high slot, now down the middle, over to Caparuso. Caparuso skates down the middle. Now left wing pass to Polino. 4 forwards on the ice for Cincinnati. Polino over to the right side. Andrusiak, one-timer. Saved by Minor, and the net gets dislodged. That's the second time the net got dislodged. And they're going to work on the net there. Cincinnati probably arguing that the penalty could be called on Minor there, but that spot of the ice seems to get the net kicked open quite a bit, though.
Yeah, it does. I mean, you think about 4-on-3 hockey, it's a great time to be a real estate agent. Yeah. All that open ice for the Grizzlies is just about weathering the storm here against the Cincinnati Cyclones and killing off yet another penalty.
And if you're charging rent, you'd like to be in the penalty box there.
That's right.
8:54 left in the second period. We're past the halfway point of the scheduled 60 minutes. The Cyclones got on the board first this evening. If you joined us late, Jalen Smerrick scored 6:11 into the first. It was 1 second after a power play ended. Grizzlies got on the board 9:21 into the first as Jamison got his 12th of the year. Jared Power and Victor Bartley with the assist. Patrick Polino got a power play goal, 19:32 in. And as he scored from out in front, Vive and Caparuso with the assist. Cincinnati led 2-1 after one period. Jalen Smerrick got a shorthanded goal, 6:19 in. To the second is Lee Lapide and Josh Passo with the assist. Cyclones are 1 for 5 on the power play. Grizzlies 0 for 3. Cincinnati's got a power play goal. They scored 1 second after a power play ended. And they've also got a shorthanded goal. There's a fan chugging a beer in a Dodgers hat. That's the big change to the video board. A lot more fans are chugging beers this year after seeing themselves on the video board.
Oh, boy, Tyson, that new video board is awesome. Excellent addition to the Maverik
chug
Center.
that beer. Guy in the backwards hat, 2 chug beers. All right. Oh, boy, he just about chugged half that. Come on, you got to chug that whole thing. Cincinnati wins the draw. We're skating 4-on-3. Caparuso over to Polino. He gets held up by McDonald. Vive skates over there along with Caparuso. And Caparuso comes out with the puck. He'll throw it to Vive. And we get a whistle and a penalty. Penalty's going to be on the Grizzlies. Cincinnati would be smart to just let Utah touch it. Andrusiak over to Vive. Will take a shot. Saved by Minor. Puck still in play. Vive in the far corner. Delayed penalty, and it's on the Grizzlies. Caparuso. As there's 5 Cyclones in the offensive zone. Vive down the middle. Take a righty shot. Saved by Minor. Grizzlies skate towards the corner. McDonald couldn't touch it up. Polino will fire towards the net. It bounced off to Sekos. Vive over to Burzan. Burzan, number 47. He was 28 for the Grizzlies last year. Now to the right side, Caparuso over to Polino. One-timer, saved by Minor, and it flips out of play. Actually, it was Andrusiak with the one-timer. But a penalty is going to be called on the Grizzlies. McDonald doesn't like the call. Oh, McDonald's going to get the gate. He probably just got a 10-minute misconduct. The referee pointed towards the locker room for McDonald. So the captain looks like he's picked up a misconduct to go along with a 2-minute penalty. 8:03 left in the second period. Cyclones will have a 5-on-3 power play for 38 seconds.
Well, Tyson, at this point in the game, down by 2 goals, I think the Grizzlies just need to find a way to make smart plays and keep their cool. I mean, I'm all for Connor McDonald standing up for his teammates and himself, but in that situation, you got to look at the score and just think about playing smart hockey here and staying out of the penalty box.
Pfizer, Fitz, and Martel are each in the penalty box. Pfizer representing McDonald. Connor got 2 for holding and a 10-minute misconduct, so we'll see McDonald in the third period, but he's in the locker room right now.
Well, Tyson, that hurts not only because he would have been in the penalty box. Now you think about the 10-minute misconduct. You're losing one of your best penalty killers.
Yeah, Grizzlies win the draw, and Bryson Martin clears it out. Good point. As McDonald's in the locker room, but we'll see him in the third period. Andrusiak at neutralized, crosses center. They'll skate towards the right side. He enters the zone. Pass cross ice picked off by Jamison, who clears it out. Good job by Jamison. 22 seconds left in the 5-on-3. Cyclones lead 3-1. As Cincinnati skates down the middle, Patrick Polino's been awfully impressive this series. He's got good speed. He crosses center ice. Gains the line to the right side. Skates towards the circle. Polino rolls it along the wall. Andrusiak on the left side. Over to Smerrick on hat trick watch. Smerrick over to Andrusiak in the slot. Back to the left side for Polino. as Martell's coming out of the box. We're now skating 5-on-4 as Polino shots blocked. Smerik left side rolls it around the boards. Martell's out of the box right now. 5-on-4. Polino throws to the far circle, picked off by Bartley. He'll skate towards the left side to get it as Bartley got spun around. I'm all for taking control of the game. That's a little bit tight. Cincinnati's going to get a hooking call with 7:05 left in the second. That's a penalty on the Cyclones. Matt Berry's going to get a misconduct as well. This referee, boy, there's one thing for taking control. He's taking control and then some. I'm going to stand up for Cincinnati here. There wasn't much to that hook. Bartley got spun around a little bit. But you're talking about calling it tight. He's calling it extremely tight right now. Well, looks like Barry's got 2 for hooking, and like Connor McDonald's going to pick up a misconduct. Obviously a call you can make. In a game that's lacked flow here in the second period, you'd kind of like to see him play hockey a little bit.
I agree, but you know what? I'm all for it. If the referee's going to call a game like this, at least call it even. And for Marc-Olivier Phaneuf, he's called it pretty even. I mean, we've seen calls on both sides, so if that's the way he wants to call the game, I'm for it if it's even.
So Matt Berry got 2 for hooking and got a 10-minute misconduct, very similar to what Connor McDonald got. In fact, it's the exact same thing as McDonald. We'll see Matt Berry in the third period. Justin Vive is in the box representing Berry. So Cincinnati loses a good 4. To remember, Cincinnati rolling with 15. So with Berry out of the lineup, that means 14 skaters for about the next 12 minutes.
That is a good point. I think the Grizzlies need to find a way to capitalize on that.
So we're skating 4-on-4 for a minute 40. And then, so you're going to have to do some complicated math in the second intermission just to figure out all these situations. The one thing is this game has lacked flow big time. Grizzlies win the draw. Cincinnati leads 3-1. Semick throws up top for Sekos. The whistle has been the dominating player here in the second period. As puck rolls along the boards, now to the far corner. Berzola will bounce off the right stick. Though on the right point, throws to Sekos. Bouncing puck, he couldn't corral it. Berzan to neutral ice. Battles with 3 Grizzlies. Berzan gains center ice. Tried to dump it in. Glided off the Grizzlies stick and flies out of play as he goes into the third row of section 112. And Chris Hagan lectures the crowd and says, see, there's a flying puck. Don't want to get hit with one of those. 6:38 left in the second. Draw's going to be at neutral ice in Grizzlies territory.
Well, Tyson, as good as Cincinnati has been on the power play and with their puck movement, I really think that this open ice 4-on-4 benefits the Grizzlies. Cincinnati's more of a bruising type of team. They'll try and hit you and try and bang you up and really slow you down throughout the course of the game and just wear you down. The Grizzlies are more of a faster team, so I think that this open ice really benefits the Grizzlies.
Berzan wins the face-off against Sekos. Both guys were key for the Grizzlies in their playoff run last year. As Passo got spun around, no call. Grizzlies skate from left to right as we see it from high top section 114. 6:25 and counting left in the second. Cyclones lead 3-1. Sekos gains the line, skates towards his right. He stops to the right point, fires towards the net. It got redirected by a stick. Martin fires towards the net, and it goes wide. Pass out behind the Cincinnati goal line, throws to the corner as Lee Lapide battles. Lapide, an outstanding forward. Grizzlies come out of the pile with the puck. Sekos on the left side over to right. Right just outside the left circle. Skates towards his right. Feeds it across to Sekos. Sekos around the net. He's now to the far side, shadowed by Berzola. Berzola hits Sekos in the back of the head, no call. Now Sekos loses it, and Passo clears it out. Passo got tripped up by Cameron Wright, no call. Icing is on the Cyclones. We're skating 4-on-4, 5:47 left in the second.
Well, I think it's going to be interesting to see how the referees approach the rest of this game, particularly the final 5:47 here in the second, but also the third period.
Sekos was upset they got punched in the back of the head by Zach Berzola. Draws him in the right circle. The shame of it is all these whistles are really taking the emotion out of the crowd. Crowd needs to get into it. Grizzlies win the draw, though. Right side, lefty shot saved by Beck Warm. He holds on, 5:42 left in the second. That's really the thing about all the whistles and everything. Not really having fights to go along with the whistles, really taking the crowd out of it. Says there was a lot of energy in the first period. Unfortunately, there hasn't been as much juice in the building, and I think the Grizzlies need that game-changing play, and it only takes one of those plays to get the crowd into it. So we got a big crowd here on a Friday night. Grizzlies win the draw. They're in the offensive zone, throws it off the far wing boards. Now Cincinnati gathers it, pass ahead to Andrusiak. It tapped off his skate and rolls deep into the Grizzlies zone as Shearer across towards, though. Sure gets it back. He's behind the goal line. Grizzlies are back up full strength. They're on the power play for the next 15 seconds. Pfizer crosses center ice. Skates in with momentum. Right wing pass to Martell. Drops off for Shearer. Right point. Lefty shot goes wide. Martell behind the net. Martell gets it taken away by Lapide. Lapide gets hit by Fitz as Smerrick clears it out. Cincinnati is back at full strength as Vive asks the bench what to do. Bench says come to the bench. Vive will skate towards the Cincinnati bench as he exits the ice. As Martell skates towards the corner of Cincinnati's zone. He gets around Sean Allen. Martell with great speed. Throws it to the left point. Kicks off a Pouncey stick. Now Fitz over towards Martell. Pfizer gets the puck. He's at center ice. Loses it. Adam Berg locates it. Gets Matt checked by Walker. Now it's to the right side as Berg throws it towards Caron. Caron around the net. Drops off for Berg, who's shadowed by Pouncey on the far side. Up top for Mingo, takes a shot and breaks the stick. Tyler Penner to the right side, skates around Allen. Penner backhand shot, saved by Worm. And we get a whistle. Boy, the Grizzlies had a good look there, and it started with Mingo firing a one-timer from the right point in his stick, breaking in 2 or 3 pieces. Penner skated in, but Worm was able to make the save. 4:14 left in the second. Cyclones 3, Grizzlies 1. We're back in 1 minute on the Grizzlies Hockey Network. The play has been a little bit choppy, and it's been a little bit difficult to describe, Guy. It's certainly been an interesting stretch of hockey here.
Yeah, Tyson, it has a lot of whistles, a lot of penalties, just really choppy through the neutral zone. But really, that's exactly the way that the Cyclones want it. They don't want the Grizzlies to go on the attack in the Cyclone zone. They want to keep things choppy. As a result of that, Cyclones have the lead 3-1.
Cincinnati 3-1. Neutral zone draw won by the Grizzlies. Bryce Martin moves ahead to Jameson, tapped off his stick and goes deep in the Cyclone zone. Cyclone skating from right to left here in the second period as Justin Vive loses it. Jameson's already got a goal tonight. Drops off for Power. Take a shot. Save. Rebound shot. Power saves. He scores! Baby Umar Gowan. Jared Power gets his first as a pro. Mason Wayland as he now has a multiple point game. 1 goal and 1 assist. I had a feeling he was due.
Jared Power take a bow. He's having himself a night. First the assist, and now he finally gets his first goal as a pro. Congratulations to Jared Power. And he would not be denied on this play. Takes the initial shot, picks up his own rebound, and cashes it in and takes it to the bank. Jared Power, what a play.
Power gets the goal. Jamison with the assist. It was the reverse in the first period. Jamison had the goal and Power with the assist. So Jamison and Power each with 1 goal and 1 assist here tonight. As James Sure back in his own zone. Sure back in his own end over to Cameron Wright at center ice. He'll feed it to his left. Sure gets around Allen. Sure around the net as he's now to the right side. Tho in the area. Tho gets it. He skates towards the near goal line. Tho stops in the corner. Fires it up top for Sekos. He takes a shot. Kind of glanced off of Allen's stick and flies in the air as it taps off the protective netting. As we get a whistle, 3:29 left in the second.
Well, Tyson, you talk about the last 5 minutes lacking a lot of flow, really sucking the life out of this Maverik Center crowd. Well, now that goal, the Grizz Maniacs are back, baby. They're roaring. This crowd is electric. The Grizzlies need to take that feed off of it and get the next one here.
Baby on Gallup, we got Jared Power. Played Little League against a team named the Phillies, and they had some sort of chant that went, baby on Gallup, we got the Philly Power. They always seem to psych out the opposing pitchers. I was never psyched out playing shortstop, though. Draws the near circle. 3-2 Cincinnati leads. Jared Power and Keaton Jamison each with 1 goal and 1 assist. Utah wins the draw as Cincinnati drags down Utah. No call as Johnny Walker battling with Sinclair. Sean Allen lost his helmet. He has to skate towards the benches. Allen and Wright just drag each other down. Right over to Tho. Lefty shot goes wide. Sekos in the area as Smerik we get it poked away. Josh Passo, cross-ice pass as Patrick Polino skates towards the left side, skates towards the corner. Now around the net. Polino loses the puck. Puck rolls towards center ice along the far wing boards. Dejan Mingo will bounce it off the Grizzly near Utah's bench. Smerik moves it ahead. Cincinnati dumps it in as we get some pushing out to neutral ice. Fans involved. Play starting to get very physical. It's still choppy as Cincinnati leads 3-2. It's Taryn Pfizer neutral ice, crosses center. He loses the puck. Moves it to Penner. Penner to the right point. Gets it across. Fits one-timer. Goes wide. Now the puck flips into the air. And Beck Warm gloves it about chest high. 2:27 left in the second. Cincinnati leads 3-2, but it looks like the Grizzlies are buzzing here.
Tyson, they certainly are, as is Grizzmania, the Maverik Center crowd here. They're clapping their hands. And Tyson, I like the way the Grizzlies got that goal and really have the shifts that they played afterwards. All the play has been in the Cincinnati zone. Grizzlies feeding off of that energy.
Draw's going to be in the far circle. Tyler Penner will get it. Fitz and Pfizer down low. Up top is Bryson Martin and Jacob Semick. Draw won by Cincinnati as the Cyclones skate from right to left. Adam Berg to the left wing. Gets a poke by Martin. Berg gets it back. Enter the zone offside. Good job by Bryson Martin poking it away from Berg temporarily and messing up the timing of the play.
Tyson, the Sheriff's on the case. He's patrolling the blue line. Having an excellent game for the Grizzlies. Bryson Martin on defense for the Grizzlies.
6'2", 195 pounds is Bryson Martin. 2 goals, 10 assists in 48 games. Penner will take the draw with Fitz and Pfizer out there. Semick and Martin up top. Taking the draw for Cincinnati as Lee Lapide. Draw won by the Grizzlies. Taryn Pfizer left wing crosses center ice and dumps it in. Penner battles behind the net with Smerik. Lee Lapide spins it towards the near boards. Fitz throws to Pfizer now in the corner. Lapide throws it across. Smerik skates towards the left corner. Gets it as he's being shadowed by Penner. As Semick moves it ahead. Berg across to Lapide. He's to the left side. LeBerg skates towards the corner. Now around to Pfizer. He moves it to Penner. Penner at neutral ice. Over to Fitz. Smack towards Penner. It's poked away. Berg battles. Fitz will dump it in. Mingo gathers at far side. 1:39 and counting left in the second. Cincinnati 3, Utah 2. Smerik with 2 goals already tonight. 9 on the season. Smerik looks at the video board. And he'll throw it to the far side. As Caparuso out to center ice. As Cincinnati enters. Karan skates towards the right circle. Take a shot and it's blocked. Shearer skates towards the corner. Gets poked away by Mingo. Now taking it Aaron Tho. Across to Shearer. Who skates behind Utah's net. As the Grizz spread the ice. Near wing pass to Jamison across the center. Left wing out to Martel. The Rooster over the point. Gets held up. Puck goes to the far goal line. Martel delivers a hit. Martel with the puck. Across the Power, right side. Power skates towards his left. He's now in the high slot. Power fires towards the net. Redirected by a stick and flies out of play. Just too much traffic out in front. And it bounced off a Tho's stick and off the protective netting. 53 seconds left in the second.
Well, Tyson, Jared Power is just brimming with confidence right now. I mean, he's just looking like a pro throughout the course of this game. He's really settled in. He's got a goal and assist. Excellent chance there. This is a guy to watch for down the stretch.
It took him a couple of games really to get adjusted to the speed of pro hockey, but it looks like Jared Power's really settled in pretty well. Sekos take the draw. He's out there with Wright and Walker. Up top is Bartley and Martin. Utah wins the draw. Bartley left point, glides it to Martin. He tried to pin it towards the slot. Picked off by Caparuso. Backhands it out to center ice. Now Martin gets it. So Martin goes D to D with Bartley. He's on the far side. Bartley across to right. It bounced off his stick. Flies. Stays in play towards the penalty box area near side. Now Cameron Wright gets it. Wright leads the league with 8 game-winning goals. Wright chips it up top for Martin. Glides it across to Bartley. He'll take a left wing shot, and it's blocked by Caparuso. McLean trying to locate it. Walker throws it up top to Bartley. Now to Martin in the high slot. Left wing pass to Bartley. He'll fire a shot that goes wide. 15 seconds left in the period. Martin throws to the right corner. Nobody's over there. Walker skates over there. He gets hit pretty hard. As Grizzlies center it to Sekos. Left wing shot And it goes wide as Burzan moves it ahead. Martin keeps it in the right point, feeds it to the middle, kicked away by McLean. Walker got knocked down at the buzzer. He wanted a penalty, none to be had. Now Walker yells with Zach Berzola. The linesman pushes Johnny Walker and directs him towards the locker room. Now Dejan Mingo and Johnny Walker have some words, as both teams will head to their respective locker room. Both teams scored one goal in the second period. Jared Power got his first professional goal. Power and Keaton Jamison each have one goal and one assist. So Cincinnati leads 3-2. But we got ourselves an entertaining third period ahead. You're on military night with a great crowd. We'll give you the announced attendance during the third period. When we come back in 2 minutes, Guy Carenza will recap the first 40 minutes of play and we'll talk some hockey. As through 40 minutes, Jalen Smerrick has 2 goals. And Cincinnati also got a goal from Patrick Polino late in the first period as the Cyclones lead the Grizzlies 3-2 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Maverik's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
Welcome back to the Grizzlies Hockey Network. I'm Guy Carenza alongside Tyson Whiting. Cincinnati has a 3-2 lead after 40 minutes of play. They did get the first goal in the game. It was Jalen Smerrick getting his 8th goal of the season, 6-11 into the first from Caparuso and Andrusiak. A goal that was almost a power play goal, but just 1 second off as Victor Bartley was in the penalty box. And then Keaton Jamison, 9:21 into the first period, got his 12th goal of the season, tying the game up, and that's from Jared Power and Victor Bartley. Power picking up his 4th point as a pro. That's a name to watch out for the remainder of the game. Cincinnati, with towards the end of the first period, 19:32, when Patrick Polino gets his 22nd goal of the season. And that's from Vive and Caparuso, and that was a power play goal. Cincinnati 1 for 6 on the power play in this game. Then in the second period, Jalen Smerrick gets his 2nd goal of the game and his 9th of the season, 6:19 in. That's assisted by Lee Lapide and Josh Passel. That comes shorthanded, and the Grizzlies 0 for 4 on the power play in this game. But 16:03 into the second period, Jared Power gets his first goal as a pro. That comes from Keaton Jameson. Power would not be denied, took the initial shot, was able to put home his own rebound. So save that puck, Mason Wayland. That's his first goal as a pro, and that's where we stand, 3-2 Cincinnati after 40 minutes of play. Shots are 23-19 in favor of the Cyclones. Each team took 12 shots apiece in the second period. And as I mentioned before, Cincinnati 1 for 6 on the power play, Utah 0 for 4. We saw 10 penalties combined in the second period, including a misconduct for each team. Connor McDonald got a 10-minute misconduct, as did Matt Berry for Cincinnati. 5 penalties for Cincinnati, 5 penalties for Utah, and 1 misconduct for each team. So referees decided they were going to call this thing tight, but they've called it pretty even through 40 minutes of play. As for shots on the Grizzlies side of things, 3 Grizzlies make that 4 Grizzlies have 3 shots apiece in this game. Power, Penner, Jamison, and Wright all have 3 shots for the Grizzlies in this game. Trent Miner has stopped 20 of 23. Beck Warm has stopped 17 of 19. Tyson, this thing got really chippy in the second period. Seems like the flow of the game was really disrupted, but the Grizzlies found a way to rally late, and Power cashes in and gets his first goal as a pro.
It's been a physical game. It's not been a smooth game to try to describe, as it seems like a lot of deflections, a lot of active bodies. Games just kind of went back and forth, but I think the Grizzlies really have had the advantage 5-on-5. You think about 2 5-on-5 goals. The only goal that, on these stat sheets 5-on-5 was scored 1 second after a power play ended. So, you're talking about the Grizzlies doing a good job 5-on-5. Can they find a way to stay out of the penalty box in the third period? I think you have to like the line of Keaton Jamison and Jared Power. In the first period, Jared Power threw the pass from the left side over to the right for Jamison, and then Jamison scored, and then Jamison got the assist on Power's first pro goal in the second period. And really, it's that second effort. The first shot was denied. Power got his own rebound from Beck Warm and was able to put it away on kind of a crafty backhand shot. And really, that's the sort of thing that Cameron Wright's done such a good job over the last month, and really that's something that Jared Power has carried over into tonight, that second effort. And the Grizzlies, if they want to get 2 standings points tonight, it's not going to be pretty. You're going to have to get down and dirty and get those types of goals if you want to beat the Cincinnati team.
Yeah, I really like that chemistry between Jamison and Power. They seem to really have a connection, those two. And really just the way the Power is playing, I mean, it's hard not to just notice him on the ice. He's just moving around. He's buzzing. Jamison's had a really good game. He's got a goal. I mean, the Grizzlies really, you mentioned playing well 5-on-5, but you got to think about those special teams. The Grizzlies giving up a shorthanded goal once again in this series. It's the third one in 2 games. You got to think about right now, that is the difference maker, the shorthanded goal. Otherwise, we'd be tied at 2. So for the Grizzlies, they're playing well 5-on-5. If they could just shape up on the special teams, I think they'd be just fine.
Looks like the Grizzlies are winning the face-off battle 24-17. You have to like the scoring chances on both clubs. Grizzlies 13 scoring chances. Cincinnati was 16. 8 giveaways to the Grizzlies, 7 for Cincinnati. As you mentioned, it's been a pretty even game, and it kind of felt like for the most part Wednesday was an even game. It was a 1-goal contest with an empty netter at the end to make it a 2-goal game, 6-4. For the Grizzlies, I think if you're talking about Cincinnati being one of the best teams in the league, if this is what the best the league has to offer, I think the Grizzlies really hold up okay. And I think that if you're Cincinnati, you're looking big picture. Western Conference Finals, maybe, if you can get past Toledo. How does Cincinnati compare to Idaho? That's been a question we've been kind of working back and forth. I think they're pretty similar. Cincinnati's got the second most standings points in the league. Idaho has the first most, has the most. It just comes down to capitalizing on other teams' mistakes and other teams' giveaways. And that's the thing with a team like Cincinnati and Idaho and really all the great teams that I've seen over the years. You make a mistake, you give the other team an opportunity, those great teams are going to capitalize on those. And it feels like you can play even for about 56 minutes. You make a mistake, they capitalize on it, and that makes a difference in the game, it seems like a lot of times.
Yeah, I agree, Tyson, and I think that was the difference on Wednesday night and so far in this game. Just little mistakes by the Grizzlies, maybe just bobbling a puck here or there, pass too hard, glances off of somebody's stick, falls into the hands of a Cyclone, and they just go right the other way. You're right, they do capitalize on those chances. I think between Idaho and Cincinnati, both really great teams, top of the standings teams. I think Cincinnati's got more size than Idaho. I think Idaho is more of a speedy team, while Cincinnati just tries to wear you down throughout the course of a game. Both teams have really great goaltending. Beck Warm and Mark Sinclair have really shined in net for Cincinnati from what we've seen. I think in a 7-game series, I think I would take the Cincinnati Cyclones just because I think that they would be able to wear the Steelheads down in a 7-game series, but it's close. I mean, you flip a coin, and really those two teams, I mean, they really are quite even. But, I mean, the Grizzlies, last time I saw the Steelheads won 2 out of 3 against Idaho.
Yeah.
Right here, they're right here with the Cincinnati Cyclones. They're right. They could have won that game on Wednesday. They were very, very close. They're very close here again tonight. So I think that just speaks volumes about the team that the Grizzlies are. You can't ever count them out. They're going toe-to-toe with one of the best teams in the league. I like what I've seen from the Grizzlies so far this series.
The Grizzlies have held pretty well against Cincinnati. Well, it's that top forward line that's really gotten the job done for Cincinnati all year long. But I've been really impressed with Patrick Polino. He's displayed a ton of speed. He had 2 goals last night, on Wednesday night, 1 tonight. Josh Passo's been pretty good for them. And I've been really impressed with Jalen Smerrick, their defenseman. He's had a good game, and he's had a good series. Former AHLer with the Tucson Roadrunners. So Cincinnati's got that depth. It's surprising they only have 17 guys on the roster. Josh Burnside played in the first 61 games of the season. He suffered an injury, and he's been out. And Lincoln Griffin also out with an injury. So Cincinnati only rolling with 15 skaters. And, so it's just one of those things where Cyclones a little bit shorthanded. They may sign a couple players here down the stretch just to get, just to have enough to, get 17, just in case you find yourself in a pinch one way or another with you get another injury. But, Cincinnati's one of those they're trying to, they're trying to find a title run right now, and that's what they're playing for.
Yeah, I think in the playoffs, it's the teams that have that depth. Those are the teams that go far. And I look at a team like the Grizzlies. They have a lot of guys on their roster, and a lot of them are difference makers. We've seen guys go in and out of the lineup from call-ups, injuries, whatever it may be, and the guy flies into the lineup. And really, when those guys slide in, they make the most of their opportunities. I mean, look at Jared Power here tonight. He's a guy that the Grizzlies signed out of college, and he's making an impact. We've seen Jordan Martell come over in the trade. He's made an impact. I mean, guys throughout the Grizzlies lineup, when the chance is given to them, they've proven time and time again that they will rise to the occasion and give the Grizzlies a chance to win.
It's a big night in terms of Mountain Division standings scoreboard watch, and when we come back in 1 minute, we'll go over some scores from around the Mountain Division and where it stands with the Grizzlies in the playoff picture. Through two periods, Cincinnati leads 3-2. This is the Rio Tinto Kennecott intermission report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Second intermission here at Maverik Center. Cincinnati leads 3-2. Jalen Smerrick with 2 goals. Patrick Polino's found the back of the net. Jared Power and Keaton Jamison each have 1 goal and 1 assist for the Grizzlies. Well, Rapid City won 6-5 in a shootout over Fort Wayne. That's a road victory for Rapid City, and they now have 61 standings points on the season. They are currently tied with Utah for 5th place in the Mountain Division. So Utah needs to come away with something here tonight, or they'll be tied with Rapid City after play this evening. And the Rush have really done a good job getting themselves back in the playoff picture as they win 6-5. Let's see who got the game winner in the shootout for them. Keanu Yamamoto. He should be the number 1 star tonight. He had 2 goals in regulation, and he also scored the game winner in the shootout. Yamamoto is the number 1 star of that game as the Rush defeat the Fort Wayne Comets 6-5 over at Memorial Coliseum. Idaho defeats Allen 3-1, and that's a regulation loss for the Americans. Allen stays at 62 standings points this season, 1 ahead of Rapid City and Utah. Wichita picked up 1 standing point tonight. They lost in overtime to the Iowa Heartlanders 3-2, as Bush got the game winner, his 15th of the year for Iowa. Jake Wallen and Mikael Stenell picked up the goals for Wichita. Roman Bazran was in net for the Thunder. He stopped 36 of 39. So Wichita now has 64 standings points as they picked up 1 tonight. Kansas City in regulation defeat Tulsa 3-2. Boy, that'd be news if they defeated Toledo. Toledo's got like an insane winning streak going on, about as good as what Cincinnati has. So Kansas City with the 2 standings points now has 64 this season. So as we sit, Kansas City is now in 2nd place in the Mountain Division with 64 points. And that's what makes tonight's game huge. For the Grizzlies, you see Rapid City now tied for 5th in the division, and the Grizzlies got to come away with something here tonight and maybe something tomorrow, as obviously we're doing some scoreboard watching, and we're going to have to pick up some victories because Rapid City looks like they're now on the Grizzlies' heels.
They're right there, Tyson. And you think about a night where every team that's in the playoff race, except for Allen, picked up a point here tonight. No disrespect to the Tulsa Oilers, but I think we can pretty much eliminate them from playoff contention. This game is so important for the Grizzlies to win. And what a win it would be if the Grizzlies were able to come back in this game from down by 2 goals, come back, get a win against a team that's on a 19-game point streak and a 7-game winning streak overall, the Cincinnati Cyclones. They're a tough team to beat. And what an accomplishment it would be for the Grizzlies to come back and get 2 standing points in this game.
That's very similar to Wednesday night. Cincinnati had a 2-goal lead halfway through the second period. Grizzlies scored late in the second period. And then Connor McDonald on Wednesday, 9-12 into the third period, tied it up 4-4. We've seen here over the last month a few occasions where the Grizzlies have made comebacks of either 2 or 3 goals and to come back to at least tie and earn a standing point, if not win the game. And so the Grizzlies, you like to play with the lead, but Utah has done a good job coming from behind over the last month.
Yeah, Tyson, I think that starts with just momentum. The Grizzlies need to just pick up from where they left off in the second period and just carry that momentum into the third. They should have it when they come out of the tunnel with all the Grizzlies fans, Grizzmania, cheering for them when they come out of the tunnel. So just take that momentum, start out with it in the third period, and then just make smart decisions. Stay out of the penalty box, keep your head up, make smart passes, make smart plays. I think that's what cost the Grizzlies the game late on Wednesdays. You just got to pick your head up, know where you're moving the puck. And I think the Grizzlies do that. They've shown time and time again they are able to come back in games. So if the Grizzlies can just stick to that formula, I like their chances to come back in this one.
We'll give an update on the standings after Utah takes on Cincinnati and where the playoff picture holds up. As after tonight, the Grizzlies will have 10 games left in the regular season. 8 of them are going to be at Maverik Center. Don't forget, tomorrow WWE will be in the building. And so the Grizzlies will be out of action. An off day for Utah and Cincinnati. Both teams will be back here Sunday afternoon at 3:10 for the series finale. And don't forget, the Wichita Thunder will be in town next week, next Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, March 29th, 30th, or March 29th, 31st, and April 1st on April Fool's Day. And then the Grizzlies will play 2 games against Idaho and then host Idaho. Grizzlies will be home for the final 4 games of the regular season. The last 3 are going to be against the Tulsa Oilers, who are in last place in the Mountain Division. Tulsa's only won 5 road games all season. So certainly good for the Grizzlies to end the year with Tulsa. Tulsa going to be trying to play the role of spoiler. And I got a feeling it's going to come down to that final weekend of the regular season before we know what the playoff picture is going to look like. It feels like it's that razor thin 2 through 6 in the division.
Yeah, Tyson, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes down to the final game of the regular season. It's just that close. When we talked about it, 3 playoff spots remain in the Mountain Division. They got 5 teams going for 3 spots. If you're the Grizzlies, you got to win these games if you want to be one of those 3 that makes the playoffs.
When we come back in 2 minutes, we'll have third period action. Cincinnati leads Utah 3-2. We'll see if the Grizzlies have a third period comeback in them. You're listening to the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick 6 or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Maverik's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can, and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
Cincinnati leads Utah 3-2. We just saw a mascot with maybe the best looking shoes ever. Grizzlies will be skating from right to left in the third period. Guy, what does Utah need to do to come back in this game?
Well, Tyson, I mean, just listen to this crowd right now. The Grizzlies need to feed off of this energy. Grizzmania is roaring right now. Take it and send it to the house. The Grizzlies need to get the next goal. Feed off this energy. Get that in the next few shifts. Just take it to the Cyclones. I want to see a shooting gallery here in the Cincinnati zone. And for the Grizzlies, it's just making smart decisions. Keep your head up. You can't have any errant passes going astray. You can't turn the puck over against a Cincinnati team that will make you pay. Make smart decisions. And I like the Grizzlies' chance to come back in this game.
It's one of those, you think about quality versus quantity. I think the Grizzlies looking for a good quality of shots here in the third period, down by 1. And after all, it's only 1 goal deficit. So, Cincinnati's not going to be, not going to be playing on their heels, just kind of settling on the 1 goal lead. Almost feels like the type of game next goal wins kind of feel. As Cincinnati leads 3-2, Grizzlies win the face-off. They're skating from right to left as we see it from high top section 114. As throw over towards Shearer, who moves it ahead. Passing complete for Cameron Wright. And the arm is raised by the linesman. 9 seconds into the third period, Utah is called for icing. Draw is going to come back towards Trent Miner, who so far has stopped 20 of 23.
Well, Tyson, you talked about the face-off battle. Utah having the edge through 40 minutes. It's because of guys like Zach Sekos, Keaton Jameson, and Tyler Penner. All three are great face-off takers. Here goes Sekos again.
Sekos against Louis Caparuso. Caparuso's out there with Vivan and Druziak. Cincinnati wins the draw, and Druziak skates towards the far corner. Chips off the skate of Zach Sekos. 5 to the right side. Drops off for Caparuso. Skates around Utah's net. He gets held up by Shearer. Caparuso goes down. So does Shearer. Shearer laying on Caparuso. Both guys get back up as Druziak fires it towards the near corner. Taken by Cameron Wright, who backhands it out to center ice. Johnny Walker trying to locate it. Walker gets it at the Cincinnati blue line and dumps it in. Zach Brazola moves ahead to Caparuso across the center ice. He doesn't have numbers, so just lift it in. As Brazola went down, crowd liked that as he got hit in the Cincinnati blue line. Grizzlies rink wide pass to Fitz, who drops it off for Penner. Penner gets into Cincinnati territory and dumps it in from neutral ice. Fitz delivers a hit behind the net. Fitz wearing an A on his sweater. Bryson Martin to the right side, skates towards the corner. Martin centers out in front, it bounced off the Smericks. Skate and rolls towards Beck Warm, who covers up. Fitz was trying to get a rebound, but Warm was able to corral it cleanly.
And Tyson, you talk about Beck Warm. This is a guy that's having a really good season. He's got good stats, not as good as Sinclair, but he's played more games. He's got a record of 24, 6, 4, and 2 coming into this game. He knows how to win, but I really don't think he's made a fantastic save in this game. He's made a lot of routine saves, but he hasn't made a fantastic save in this game. I'd like to see the Grizzlies challenge him.
1 minute into the third period. Penner wins the draw, but it goes between the two defensemen up top. Bryson Martin with the long strides, chases it down deep in the Grizzlies zone as Martin moves it to Fitz, now to Penner, who tried to reach for it. Now it rolls back to Fitz, who crosses center ice left wing. Fitz gains the line, skates towards a circle. Righty shot, pad saved by Beck Warm. Puck flips high into there, bounces near the Cincinnati blue line. Bryson Martin dumps it in from just outside the blue line. Grizzlies reset and change up skaters as the Cyclones bouncing off of Penner. It rolls towards Trent Miner. It's Miner to the far side, outlets to center ice. Near side, Jared Power gets it. He scored his first professional goal in the second period. He dumps it in as he got around Zach Brazola as Sean Allen pitches it ahead but fanned on it. Power gets the Jameson. Both guys have 1 goal and 1 assist tonight. Jameson switches places with Power. He's in the right circle. He gets pushed. Jameson strong with the puck. He now goes down on one knee. Grizzlies get it. Throws shot and it's blocked off his own guy. Looked like he hit it off of the Rooster. Cincinnati gains center ice and dumps it in. Rooster will skate off slowly as the puck goes to the near side and glides into the Cincinnati zone. No icing. Johnny Walker gets there before. Walker goes down from McLean. No call as Walker behind the net. As the puck to the right side. As Cincinnati, Zach Brazola outlets to the center ice. 3-on-2. Cincinnati over the offense line. Across to Karan. He centers it out in front and hits off the Lapid stick and goes wide. Cincinnati throws to the right side for Mingo. Now to the left. One-timer and they score. Wide pass across from Dejan Mingo connected. And the Cyclones get that insurance goal, and it's number 28, Lee Lapid. Pete fired away from the left circle on a one-timer, and it got past Trent Miner. That's now Cincinnati 4 and Utah 2.
Well, great puck movement there by Cincinnati, Tyson. Mingo picks his head up, finds Lapide. He just buries it in the back of the net. Trent Miners did not stand a chance on that one. Now the Cyclones restore their 2-goal lead.
Lapide joins the double-digit goal-scoring club. He gets his 10th of the year on a one-timer from the left circle. Lapide now has 1 goal and 1 assist tonight. Dejan Mingo gets his 10th assist of the campaign. Cody Caron gets his 8th assist of the season. It's 4-2 Cincinnati, 17:32 left in the third. Cyclones have outshot the Grizzlies 25-21. Grizzlies win the draw here in the middle game of the 3-game set. Cincinnati won 6-4 on Wednesday. Bartley across to Martin, outlet to center ice, picked off by Justin Vive, who dumps it in. Vive has been a longtime member of the Cyclones. He's among franchise all-time holders in a lot of different categories. As Mingo skates towards the right corner, Camparuso, as 2 guys go down in the corner, Cameron Wright and Mingo. Right point, Vive's shot goes wide. Walker clears out the center. Vive couldn't reach it. If Vive can't reach it, nobody can. Beck Warren behind his net will feed it towards the far side as Dejan Mingo will backhand it to the right point. Cut off by Walker. Now Cincinnati gets it back. Justin Vive with the long strides, crosses center ice. We get a penalty. Johnny Walker and Dejan Mingo, they're going to fight at center ice. Mingo goes down, holds up Walker. As Mingo and Walker at neutral ice, both guys hug each other. Walker can't break free of Mingo. Mingo doesn't want Walker to punch him. Mingo's had some injury issues in the past. Both guys continue to just hold each other. Mingo in a bear hug. Now Mingo connects on the right. Both guys continue to spin each other around. Now Mingo gets in another right. Mingo with a right. Walker now on 2 knees, and Walker drags down Dejan Mingo. Mingo's had some injury issues in the past, and he doesn't really want to fight. Johnny Walker skates towards the penalty box. So does Dejan Mingo. Both guys will get 5 minutes for fighting. Mingo just kind of held up the arms of Johnny Walker and wouldn't let Walker break free to get a punch off.
Well, Tyson, the Cincinnati goal really took the air out of the building. That fight brought all the energy back. Johnny Walker providing a spark here for not only the crowd, but maybe for his team.
And with the big crowd, you want to keep this crowd active and involved.
I think that was brewing not only just throughout the course of this game, but from last game as well.
Based on me missing a goal when Walker fought Sean Allen, I was following the puck too. I was making sure Cincinnati didn't go down there and score.
Yeah, this time no goal was scored during the fight. Thank goodness.
Looks like we're going to skate 5-on-5 as both guys will get 5 for fighting. Walker's in the box hanging out with Connor McDonald, who's still serving a 10-minute misconduct. Mingo's in the box by himself. Cincinnati is short defensemen. They're only dressing 5 to go along with 10 forwards tonight. Patrick Polina will take the draw against Tyler Penner. It's a center ice face-off. Watch out for Josh Passot is on the ice. Passot's got 1 assist tonight. He's been good in this series. Draw goes between the Cincinnati defensemen. Cyclones get it deep in their zone. Cincinnati skating from left to right to Smerek over to Polino. He couldn't reach it. And Passot has to go between his legs. And it's going to be icing on Cincinnati's. We're skating 5-on-5. Both guys got 5 minutes for fighting. Mingo for Cincinnati and Walker for Utah. Walker also got a cross check and Mingo with a slash. Those penalties offset. Replay first down. Draws on the far side of the Cincinnati zone. Grizzlies trying to edge back in, but as you mentioned, could the fight get some momentum back in the building? Off the draw, Grizzlies righty shot is blocked out in front. It was blocked by Pfizer. Pass ahead. They couldn't connect for Luka Burzan. If Burzan would have gotten it, he would have had a good chance. As he had the puck bounce off his stick at the Utah blue line. Grizzlies rink wide pass to center ice. Take the tape to Penner. He'll dump it in from the left wing. Pfizer on the right side. Chips it around the wall. Pfizer gets cut off by Smerek, who takes the puck away. Skates towards the far corner. He lifts it in the air. Though has to go behind him as he'll chase after it deep in Utah's end. Cincinnati sneaks in a line change. 16:08 and counting left in the third. Cyclones lead 4-2 as they scored an early third period goal by Lee Lapide, who's got 1 goal and 1 assist tonight. New try. Cincinnati takes it away. Adam Berg dumps it in from center ice. He chases after it. Though in the area, Berg hits him. Berg continues to hold him up. Sure in the area behind the net. Throws to the far side for Pfizer. Pfizer across the Fitz down the middle. He loses it at neutral ice. Cincinnati dumps it back in. Berg chases after it. Berg gets around Penner. Now behind Utah's net. Berg battles. Puck goes between Bartley's legs towards the near side. Fitz gathers it. Dillon will lift it high into the air. Goes to center ice. Gathered by Sean Allen near the Cincinnati blue line. As both teams will change up skaters. Fans take up a Let's Go Grizzlies chant. Cody Caron to neutralize across the center. Martel chasing after him. As Caron dumps it in. Martel now to the right side. Caparuso shot kick saved by Minor. As Martel back didn't miss a shift after he blocked a shot by his teammate Aaron Tho. Action deep in the Cincinnati zone. Cyclones get it. Power didn't touch the puck up because it would have been offside. Smerek gets hit by Martel. Smerek goes down. Puck's at his ankle. He feeds it towards the corner. Smerek gets back to his feet. He pushes Jared Power. Now Andrusiak gets the puck. He'll get it over to Caparuso across the center. 2-on-3. Caparuso gets to the Utah line. Now Vive to the right side. Takes a lefty. Shot goes wide. As puck around the boards. Andrusiak tries to kick it out in front. Bartley delivers a hit on Andrusiak as the puck kicks towards the far corner. Vive gets it taken away as Pfizer across to Bartley. Back to Pfizer. Rink-wide pass was about chest high of Power. He avoided the puck going to his face. Andrusiak feeds it to the center ice logo. Now goes to Burzan, who skates towards the left side. Burzan lefty shot blocked by Semick. Semick holds up Burzan in the corner. Andrusiak tries to kick it out in front. Picked off by Utah. As the Grizz, Jared Power drives it in to the Cincinnati zone deep. Now Power comes off the ice after a good shift. Over to the far side. Burzan in the area. He'll throw it out to center ice. Gathered by Shearer. Utah, the specialty jerseys. You can bid on them on the Dash Auction app. 14 minutes left in the third and counting. Pass ahead to Sekos. He steps over the offensive line, skates towards the left circle. Now Button hooks in the point. Now to Semick. He'll take a one-timer and it goes wide. Behind the net, Cameron Wright to the right side. He'll skate towards the circle. Chips out to Sekos. Pass is picked off. Josh Passo across the center ice. Gains line, skates down the middle. Drops off for Burzan. He'll take a lefty shot. Saved by Minor. And after the whistle, Cameron Wright pushes Luca Burzan.
Tyson, earlier on you mentioned that Cincinnati's only dressing 5 defensemen. I really think that over the course of this game, as time goes on, whenever that could be in the Grizzlies' favor as the defense for Cincinnati just gets worn out, if the Grizzlies take advantage of it, they could make a comeback.
13:38 left in the third period. Timeout. Cincinnati leads 4-2 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Maverik's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverik, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club.
13 minutes and 38 seconds left in the third. Cincinnati leads 4-2. Cyclones got a goal 2:28 into the third as Lee Lapide scored his 10th of the year with Dejan Mingo and Cody Caron getting the assist. Guy, what do you think the Grizzlies need to do to come back in this one?
Well, Tyson, I think it starts with winning faceoff. The Grizzlies have done a good job of winning draws throughout the course of this game. They just need to win the draw, get possession, and go down and take it to the Cincinnati zone.
Lapide will take the draw against Tyler Penner. Boy, Lee Lapide's been outstanding this weekend. He's got 1 goal and 1 assist tonight. He's a top candidate for one of the 3 stars of the game. Utah wins the draw as Dillon Fitz to the near side, trying to locate it. And as he collides with Adam Berg now, Fitz finally locates it, lifts it high into the air, bounces into the Cincinnati zone. Smerek, who's got 2 goals tonight, will throw it towards the bench. Cody Crum will bounce it off a Grizzly. Utah fires it across. Penner chases after it. Smerek gets there first. He moves it ahead. Puck bounced off a Cron. As Penner over to Fitz, who skates towards the left circle, take a shot that goes wide. Puck glides along the far boards. Berg clears it out to center. Though as it fumble off of his stick, now he gathers it in the Grizzly zone. As though now around Trent Miner's net. Now he gets to the near side for Bartley. Bartley will dish it out to center ice. And a one-time tap from Pfizer over to Fitz. Fitz skates towards the corner, gets around Berzola. Fitz rolls it around for Pfizer in the far corner. Now up top for Tho. Across to Bartley. He's to the left side. Bartley at the point. Dances around, throws to Tho. One-timer on a glance off of Cincinnati's stick. Fitz tries to fire it out in front. It bounced off the Cyclone stick. Rolls to Bartley in the high slot, who kept it in. Now Pfizer lefty. One-timer. And saved by Berg. By Warm. Beck Warm. As the puck goes to the near side. Now left point fits with a shot that goes wide. It was a left wing shot from Pfizer that Beck Warren made the save on. As Cincinnati towards the near corner. We'll move it ahead to Andrusiak at center ice. He'll throw it towards the slot for Caparuso. Bounced off his stick. As Grizzlies back in their own end. Fans take up a Let's Go Grizzlies chant. Pfizer, the pass towards the near side at center ice for Power. He gets it taken away. Berzola skates along the right wing. As he enters the zone, he gets blasted near the corner by Connor McDonald, who's back after serving his 10-minute misconduct. Puck back in the corner. Andrusiak centers it, but Burzan couldn't reach it. Rink wide pass to Power at center ice, left side. He steps over the blue line and drives it around the boards. Grizzlies in the right corner. They look to center it, but fanned on a pass. Now Utah gets up top, but nobody's in the high slot as he glides all the way out towards Trent Miner, who comes out about 10 feet in front of his crease, and he'll get it to Jacob Semick, the Arizona State product. He moves ahead to Jamison. Now to Simeone at center ice. He'll tap it in as he got around Sean Allen. Smerrick on hat trick watch, 2 goals tonight as he skates down the middle. He'll chip it to the near side for Matt Barry. Back after a 10-minute misconduct. Right wing shot goes wide as it ricochets off the board. Smerrick around the wall. Cut off by Bryce Martin, who skates towards the near side. He'll move it to Simeone, who glides it across. Bouncing puck deep in the Cyclone zone. No icing as Sekos behind the net. Gets it poked away by McLean. Now Wright gets it left side shot. Saved by Warm. As puck goes back over to Smerrick. He avoids a check of Simeone. Grizzlies get it. They chip it out in front. Sekos shot. Saved by Warm. And the Cincinnati goaltender dives in front of the crease to cover up. Boy, good look by Sekos out in front. But Warren was able to make the save. It kind of trickled out in front a little bit. The Cincinnati goaltender dived on it.
Great puck movement by the Grizzlies, Tyson, getting Warm out of position. Excellent pass by Wright. Hopped over a few sticks of the Cyclones right into the stick of Sekos. But you're right, Warm made an excellent save. Kept the puck out of his net. Still a 4-2 game.
10 minutes, 52 seconds left in the third. Cincinnati leads 4-2, but it seems like the Grizzlies have had some offensive zone time here recently. Draws game in the near circle. Cincinnati looking for a standing point in 20 straight games. They've got a victory in 7 straight. They're an outstanding club. It looks like they're going to be tough to beat in the Western Conference. They got to get past the Central Division, or they got a really tough Toledo team that's on an equally impressive winning streak. Draw's going to be in the near side. Sekos will take the draw against Passote. Passote wins the faceoff as Cincinnati throws to the far side. Adam Berg will clear it out to center. Sekos gathers it. Grizzlies skate from right to left here in the third period. Simeone to the left. Gets to the point. Tries to get it to right. Picked off by Cron, who throws to center ice. Berg trying to locate it. Goes to Simeone as Victor Bartley back in his own end. The 35-year-old NHL product. Throws to the near side for Cameron Wright, who dumps it in. Picked off by Berzolt. And now it goes to Utah. Skates down the middle. Now righty shot. Penalty is going to be called. I think it's on Cincinnati. Bartley to the left point. Across to the one-timer. Saved by Warm. Cincinnati touches up the rebound. Zach Berzola is in the area. I don't think it's him getting the penalty, though. He was active on that shift. But going to the box is Josh Passolt. 2 minutes for interference. 10-16 left in the third. Passo's in the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. And guy, the Grizzlies got to find something here on the power play as they're down by 2.
Tyson, the Grizzlies power play has struggled over the last couple of weeks. This would be a really great time for them to end their woes and get a goal here on the power play and pull within 1.
You got to remember, for the 2 guys up top, you got to make sure you respect Cincinnati. Cincinnati's got 3 shorthanded goals. You can't let a Cyclone get behind you. You got to account for them. 2 minutes for slashing. 9:44 into the third period. I think I said interference. It's actually a slash on Josh Passolt. Draws going to be in the far circle. Jacob Semick's out there with 4 Grizzlies forwards. Jamison's taking the draw. Sekos in the right wing. Pfizer up there. Pfizer's down low. Up top is Wright and Semick. Walker would be on this power play shift, but he's in the box right now. Draw won by Cincinnati. It's towards the end wall. Battle behind Cincinnati's net. Puck goes back to Cameron Wright on the right side. He'll spin it along the wall. Nobody was at the left point. It goes all the way deep in the Grizzlies zone. Jacob Semick chases after it in the right corner. Semick across to Cameron Wright. Right, deep in his own end as Utah skating from right to left. Halfway through the third period. Semick to neutral ice. He'll cross center, dropping off for Sekos. Right wing pass to Cameron Wright. Over to Pfizer. Across to Jamison, the left. Jamison's had a good game. Left circle. Shot goes wide. Pfizer to the right side. Gets the bouncing puck with good hands. Pfizer tried to get it up top for Semick. Now he does. Right point. Semick throws it ahead. Pfizer gets it taken away. 2-on-2. Cincinnati at neutral ice. Cyclones now attack. As Cincinnati skates towards the left side. Righty shot goes wide. That was Lee Lapede, who's already got a goal and an assist tonight. Lapede will skate off as Cameron Wright enters from the left side. And he'll bounce it off to Jamison, back to Wright, who glides towards his right. He's now near the Cincinnati bench. And as Bryson Martin at center ice skates towards his left, he enters the zone. Martin spins it along the wall. And it's cut off by Polino. It goes past him. Martel up top to Shearer. Now to Pfizer. Pfizer back to Shearer. He's on the right side. Now to Pfizer. One-timer. Kick save. Martel with a rebound. Oh, he couldn't get a shot off. He'll glide it up top for Martin. Now Shearer over to Martin in the high slot. He'll take a lefty shot. Saved by Warm. Rebound goes to the near side. As Martel left side shot, and it's blocked by Berzola. Now Shearer in the high slot. Over to the circle. As Utah gets up top for Shearer. Late in the power play. 15 seconds left. Shearer across to Martel. He's on the left side. Skates towards the corner. Grisby nearby in the first row of seats. Shearer over to Martin. Across to Martel. Martel feeds it out in front. Pfizer couldn't get a shot off. He gets up top for Shearer. Out of the box is Passolt. Pfizer, right wing shot goes wide. Puck glides towards the near boards. Passolt chases after it. Passolt's got good speed. He skates around the net. He gets blasted behind Utah's net by Bryson Martin. Grizzlies at center ice get the puck. The Rooster enters the zone. Skates towards his left. He loses it. Jalen Smerrick gets it. Outlet pass to center ice for Andrusiak. He'll dump it in. But the linesman said it didn't bounce off Andrusiak's stick, and icing is called on Cincinnati. 7:49 left in the third. Boy, Grizzlies had some chances there, but just couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, Tyson, I like the puck movement. I like the shots. Just the Grizzlies could not find a way to beat Beck Warm. As for Bryson Martin, the Sheriff laid down the law on Passel. What a hit deep in the Grizzlies zone. Grizzlies have done a really good job of sticking with the Cincinnati Cyclones in this game in terms of physicality.
Drozgame in the right circle. 7:49 left in the third. Cyclones lead 4-2. Cincinnati wins the face-off. Smerrick moves ahead to center ice. Cyclones dish it in. Does pass out. He'll skate off the ice at the end of his shift. Puck along the boards. Jared Power will move it past Lapede out to neutral ice. Now the puck goes back to Lapede wearing number 28. He'll glide it across to Smerrick. Smerrick tape to Andrusiak, who dumps it in as Bartley gathers it in the right corner. As it kicks off to Caparuso and rolls towards Tho. Ahead to Power. Left wing, he crosses center ice. Now Power glides towards his right. I try to kick it back to Tho, and it goes wide. Puck along the boards, bounced off of Tho's stick. Cincinnati will fire it off the far wing boards. It goes towards the Grizzlies bench and taken by James Shearer. Cincinnati makes a line change. About 7 minutes left in regulation as the Cyclones lead 4-2. Shearer behind his net. Surveys. Connor McDonald cuts towards his right. Shearer glides it towards the near boards for Sekos, who gets it. Crosses center ice. Sekos moving quickly. Throws to his right for Cameron Wright. Cincinnati picks it off and clears it out to center. Grizzlies reset. McDonald glides along the boards. Takes a rough ride. Walker gets hit as Polino takes over. Allen in the area. Now puck glides towards the right point. McDonald. Backhand pass to Sekos, who fires it back to the corner after it was vacated. Walker goes down as Allen hit him. And it looked like Walker kind of bounced off of him. As Berzola battles along the boards. Berzola gets it, skates towards the near side. Berzola gets hit, couldn't clear it out. Walker feeds to the high slot. Sekos gets it poked away by Matt Barry, and it rolls towards the Utah blue line. Shearer back in Utah's end gets it. He'll fire it off the corner as Barry bounced Shearer off the wall as Mingo dumps it in. Miner behind his net gives it over to the captain. Connor McDonald skates down the middle. Less than 6 minutes left in regulation. McDonald passed the right wing for Martel. It didn't bounce off him. And the linesman raises his right arm and says icing on Utah. 5:52 left in the third. It's still 4-2 Cincinnati.
Tyson, I don't know if the Grizzlies have seen a team this physical all year long. The second team that comes to mind is the Allen Americans. But this Cincinnati team, I look at the guys throughout their lineup. They're a big team, and they've been laying down the hits throughout the course of this series. But I give credit to the Grizzlies. They've done a good job of sticking with the Cyclones throughout the course of this series. But at some point, I think it's just starting to wear the Grizzlies down.
Lapede will take the draw for Cincinnati. I think that's Keaton Jamison hiding behind the linesman, Colin Klein indoors. And the draw won by Jamison, the Grizzlies. Utah moves out to center ice. The Rooster crosses center, right wing and dumps it in. As Smerek gets it, skates around Cincinnati's net. As he'll fire it off of Lapid, it goes to center ice. As Adam Berg gains the line, being shadowed by Semick. Berg skates towards the left circle now around the net. Berg gets tripped up. Call is made. And it's going to be on the Grizzlies. Tripping is going to send Utah to the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell as Bryson Martin's going to serve 2 minutes. 5:32 left in the third. Cincinnati leads 4-2. We're back in 1 minute on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Bryson Martin gets 2 minutes for tripping. Time a penalty, 14:28 into the third. Cincinnati leads 4-2. The Grizzlies have to be ultra aggressive, shorthanded to see if they can get one late to get back in this game.
Yeah, Tyson, they do. I think they're going to have to find a way to push the puck towards the boards and maybe catch a guy streaking through the center of ice for a breakout, potentially shorthanded, but it's going to be tough.
Draw one by the Grizzlies. And Zach Sekos will fire it into the Cincinnati zone. It bounced off the glove of Jalen Smerek. It's Caparuso back to Smerek behind Cincinnati's net. Smerek battles with Jamison. Jamison over in the corner with Caparuso nearby. As the arm is raised, tripping's going to be the call. And it looks like it's going to be on Cincinnati as Jamison drew a penalty. And Caparuso will skate towards the penalty box. Will skate 4-on-4. Louis Caparuso, 2 minutes for tripping. Attendance tonight, 7,164, 7,164. Great crowd here on a Friday night.
Well, Tyson, that Caparuso penalty certainly helps out the Grizzlies. 4-on-4, ice is open, and now the Grizzlies don't have to kill a penalty. They can use that time on the clock to their advantage instead of spending the time, obviously, killing the penalty in their own zone.
It's the fourth largest home crowd of the season. 7,164. 2 minutes for tripping. Louis Caparuso in the box. 14:47 into the contest. We're skating 4-on-4 for 1:41. Draws in the right circle. We'll keep an eye to see if Trent Miner comes out for an extra attacker. It's still a little bit too early for that. Cincinnati wins the draw. Smerek towards the near side. As Pfizer over to Smerek. We're skating 4-on-4. Chris Hagan called it a power play. I think you did that once when you were the PA announcer.
Been there, done that.
As Smerek towards the near side. Gets it back to the near side. As Andrusiak clears out the center. Polino chases after it. Polino to the right side. Stops in the corner. Avoids a check of Pfizer. Polino feeds it out in front. Puck lifted on him. Glove by Wright, who drops it. Right towards the near side. Skating from right to left. He veers off to the right. Drops it off for Pfizer. Crossing center ice. Right wing pass to Wright. They'll skate towards the right circle. Right now around the net. Right with 8 game-winning goals this season. Leads the league. Stops on the left side. Being shadowed by Berzola. Right. Continues to get around Berzola. And Andrusiak takes it away along the boards and clears it out to center on a 2-on-2 battle. Semick, left wing pass to Tho. It glanced off his skate. Now the whistle blows. Looks like the Grizzlies are calling for offside with 4:19 left.
Well, 5-yard penalty on Chris Hagan. False start. Called it a power play. It's really a 4-on-4. I tell you what, I've been there, done that, but it is just really fun to just belt out. It's a power play. Yeah. So it's okay. It's all right. But I mean, for the Grizzlies, 4-on-4 action, as I said, it's better to play 4-on-4 than it is to kill a penalty and waste time off the clock.
Draw out center ice is won by the Grizzlies. Zach Sekos got tripped up by the blue line as he was entering the zone. As Allen will move it ahead. Sekos delivering a hit in the corner. Burzan crosses center ice right wing. Burzan towards the right circle, gets around Sure. I tried to feed it out in front. It looked like Passo wasn't cutting towards the net. Cyclones moves to Fitz on the right side. Puck bounced off a Passo's stick and rolls towards the Utah blue line. Sure gathers it across to Fitz. Make that Connor McDonald across the center ice in the specialty jersey. McDonald over to Fitz on the left side. Take a shot. Saved by Worm. And Worm will hold on to it. 3:45 left in the third. 13 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Then Bryson Martin will exit the penalty box. And the Grizzlies will have an abbreviated power play.
Tyson Dylan Fitz takes that shot right from the right circle dot. That's really his office. That's where he's found a lot of his goals this season. Just wasn't able to sneak it past Worm.
And Fitz just plays such a north-south game. You don't see him go side to side much or play fancy. He just kind of, matter of fact, skating towards his spot and taking a shot.
He's just a 200-foot player, Tyson. Just goes right up and down the ice.
Sekos to take the draw. We're skating 4-on-4. 3:45 left in the third. Seeing a lot of fans head for the exits. They could potentially miss a good comeback here.
Tell you what, if I'm paying for a ticket, I'm staying in the seat for the entire 60 minutes and then some. I got to get my money's worth, and I definitely want to see this Grizzlies comeback.
Have you tried to beat traffic out of here, though?
It's tough.
You might as well just spend the next hour after the game just hanging out around here, you know?
Maybe meet some of the players. Who knows?
Wait for traffic to clear. Cameron Wright having some words with Jalen Smerrick. The referee tells both guys to cool their jets. The referee looked like an upset father there as two of his children were in the back seat there. Draw one by the Grizzlies. Pfizer, left side shot, and it's blocked by Polino and flies out of play into the fifth row of section 112. Draw's going to stay in the left circle. Minor's still in net, but Minor's looking towards the Grizzlies bench to see if he gets any indication from Ryan Kanasowicz. Cincinnati 27 shots. The Grizzlies have taken 26. It looked like Andrew Collins and Jalen Smerrick having some words. Collins, one of the linesmen. Grizzlies win the draw. Wright feeds it up top for Tho. Tho glides it around the boards. Pfizer behind the net, kicks it towards the near corner. Pfizer gets it back. Grizzlies are now in a power play as Martin will skate towards the bench. Walker enters. As Brazola towards the near side, pushes the Grizzlies. Brazola doesn't have a stick. Tho gets back to his feet. As there's a scrum behind Cincinnati's net as Beck Warm looks towards his right. Smerrick gets called for a cross check. A delayed penalty. Pfizer to the left side. Gets to the near goal line for Wright. Wright with the shot. Saved by Beck Warm. Wright gets pushed into Warm. And now we got some action out in front. As Zach Brazola and a Grizzly going after it. Beck Warm is down. As Cameron Wright got pushed into him by a Cincinnati player. Utah is going to be on the power play as Jalen Smerrick is going to get what looks like a cross-checking minor.
Well, the Grizzlies really drove the net, and I think they took that a little too literally. There is a Grizzly down inside the net.
Yeah, Grizzly is down inside the net. Colin Lee, luckily for Colin, he's not a very big guy. He's going to fit inside the net pretty well, pretty cleanly. It's Cameron Wright. Wright gets up to his feet slowly. As Wright now on two knees as he's trying to collect his faculties. 3:03 left in the third. Cincinnati leads 4-2.
Tyson, if you're a Grizzlies fan, that's not the guy you want to see down. And next to the trainer, Cameron Wright, the Grizzlies' leading scorer.
Cross-checking is the call. Jalen Smerrick is in the Rogers and Russell Legal Solutions holding cell. Right hands on knees. He's going to glide slowly towards the Grizzlies bench, but he's on his own power. Smerrick gets 2 minutes for cross-checking time. A penalty 16:57 in. Spirited crowd here on Military Night. Don't forget, WWE will be in the building. Talk about being spirited. And then Sunday afternoon at 3:10 will be the series finale.
Certainly has been a fun series here against the Cincinnati Cyclones, a team that we haven't seen in a very long time.
I think the last time a Cincinnati club, and it wasn't even the Cyclones that were here at Maverik Center, was April of 2005 when the Cincinnati Mighty Ducks were in the building. Zach Brazola pushed Cameron Wright. A lot of physical action. Then Wright got back. And then Wright got pushed into Beck Warm. And then Wright kind of, I think Beck Warm's skate ended up coming up and hitting Cameron Wright, it looked like. And then Brazola takes his glove and shoves it to Johnny Walker's face. And they show the replay. Walker obviously didn't like that much, but the linesman kind of like what Dejan Mingo did in the third period, just kind of had Walker's arms held up.
Yeah, Tyson, that's a scary situation. You never want to see a skate come close to a guy's face. That's just very, very dangerous. But good news for the Grizzlies and Cameron Wright. He is on the Grizzlies bench. He's got a towel kind of just dabbing his face, but he does remain in the game as we speak.
So 3:03 is left in the third. They're talking things over. 2 minutes are on the clock for Jalen Smerrick's penalty. Cincinnati leads 4-2. And a good thing for Utah, it's kind of the equivalent of a free timeout. You get to talk things over, get a drop of play. I mean, if you're Utah, I think you want to get Pfizer isolated on the right side, or you see if you want to get Cameron Wright back in the game. Looks like number 26 got a game misconduct. Cody Caron. Caron gets a game misconduct. He's out of there as he hits the showers. So Caron gets a game misconduct. Remember, Cincinnati only rolling with 15 to start the game. Smerrick's in the penalty box. Caron's in the locker room.
Looks like Cody Caron head to the showers, and maybe he can beat the traffic. Yeah. I mean, I think this next faceoff is critical. I look at Zach Sickos, one of the Grizzlies' best faceoff takers. He needs to win this draw. When you mentioned maybe Pfizer isolated on the side, none of that is able to happen if Sickos doesn't win this draw here.
Yeah, you think if you're Cody Caron, you can get an Uber and you could probably get back to the hotel by the time this one's through.
Beat that traffic. Hey, it's not a bad deal.
Zach Sickos will take the draw in the near circle. It's Cincinnati 4, Utah 2. Does the Grizzlies have a comeback in them? Cyclones win the face-off. It rolls towards the end. Cameron Wright is in there. Didn't miss a shift as he gets pushed by Sean Allen. Grizzlies around the net. Sickos to the right side over to Pfizer. One-timer saved by Warm. Puck goes to Though on the left side. Rolls it around to Walker behind the net. Walker feeds out in front to Wright. But good defensive play by Berzola out in front. We get a whistle. We get an interference penalty. Patrick Polino holding his face. Who's he going to be on? Looks like it's going to be on the Grizzlies. It's going to be on Cameron Wright. Interference to the call. Cameron Wright's going to go to the penalty box. Because of all these penalties at really interesting times, this game has lacked flow big time.
Yeah, it really has. For Cameron Wright, you want to talk about a player that's been on every inch of this ice. He finds himself in the net, goes to the Grizzlies bench, goes back out on the power play, then finds himself in the penalty box. Tough break there for Cameron Wright and the Grizzlies. Take away that power play chance.
Not sure what Wright did there. It looked like he was just cutting in front of a Cincinnati player to get positioning in the corner, and they called a penalty on him. 17-18 into the third is Cameron Wright's penalty. He is standing up in the penalty box. Draw is going to be in the Grizzlies zone. We're skating 4-on-4. Off the draw, Berzola, right point. Shot saved by Minor. Trent holds on. We're skating 4-on-4 from minute 34. 2:37 is left in the third. And obviously for the Cyclones, I don't know what the stat is, but it looks like Cincinnati's won the majority of faceoffs in the third period.
Yeah, Tyson, it does seem that way, which is strange considering the Grizzlies are winning the faceoff edge through the first 40 minutes. But when it mattered most, Cincinnati really has won those draws.
This time the faceoff's won by the Grizzlies. Sure throws it to Sickos, who's behind Utah's net. 2.5 minutes left in the third. Minor's still in net as Sickos skates down the middle. As Minor will glide out towards center ice. Minor looks to the bench. Minor skating off. Grizzlies skate to the right circle. Shot saved. Sickos rebound shot saved by Worm. As Berzola has the puck. Utah's net is empty. As Luka Burzan, center ice, fires towards the empty net. Is blocked by Shearer. Shearer gets the puck. 2:07 left in the third. Cincinnati leads 4-2. 5-on-4. Utah's net's empty. As Though crosses center ice, left wing, and he lifts it into the Cyclone zone. Hits off the boards on one hop. Glides to the left side for Sickos to the point. Now to Shearer, back to Sickos. He'll fire a lefty shot. And he scores! Zach Sickos went top shelf. As it's a 4-on-4 goal with 1:51 left in the third. And this one's not over yet as Zach Sickos high-fives everybody on the Grizzlies bench. I think they got redirected by Johnny Walker. Sickos is in the area. Walker in front of the net. Well, you talk about the hands of Johnny Walker redirecting the Beck Warm shots. Fans are throwing chuck-a-bucks on the ice in celebration of Utah's third goal of the game. Holy cow. You want to be the PA announcer on Sunday? Looks like we're looking.
Chris Hagan maybe lost his cool there. He got a 5-yard penalty earlier on for a false start, and maybe a 15-yard penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct. Go Grizzlies. We're back in it, baby. 4-3, minute 51 to go. It's not over. Stick around.
Johnny Walker did not redirect it. He gets his 13th of the year. James Shearer picks up an assist. 1:51 left in the third period. We're skating 4-on-4. 4-3 Cyclones. Minor is in net. Grizzlies win the face-off. Grizzlies cross center ice. Taryn Pfizer skates around the center ice circle. Pfizer drops it off for Sekos. He skates down the middle. Now he enters from the left side. Sekos the lefty shot and it's wide. Minor skates off. Puck rolls towards Beck Warm and covers up. 1:31 left in the third. Cyclones lead 4-3. Minor is off the ice. We've got ourselves an exciting ending.
Well, Tyson, it came right down to the wire once again. Chips are down. The Grizzlies going for broke. Let's see what they can do. Minor out of the net. Grizzlies taking a gamble here. I really like the energy that the Grizzlies have built up throughout the course of this third period. They got the goal from Sekos now. Now they have to find a way to put another one past Warm and send this thing to OT.
Looked like Walker tried to redirect it, but didn't. As Sekos is the one that gets the goal. 1:31 left in regulation. Cincinnati 4, Utah 3. We're skating 4-on-4 with Utah's net empty. 5 Grizzlies skaters out there. 4 for Cincinnati. Grizzlies have outshot the Cyclones 29-27. Sekos will take the draw for Utah. High drama here at Maverik Center. Draw one by the Grizzlies. Sure on the left point. As he'll throw it across to Pfizer. Pfizer, 23 goals this season, lead the club. He loses the puck. It goes out to center ice. He battles with Caparuso near the Cincinnati bench. Caparuso comes up with it. Cincinnati fires towards the empty net, and it misses by just that much. Didn't miss by much. No icing, though. As Aaron Tho towards the near side. Ryan Knaswich can't believe it. He thought icing should have been called. Sekos crosses center ice. As Sekos around the net. As they were skating even strength, and they got away with an icing. Right side, Grizzlies righty shot, and hits the puck. No goal. Cincinnati clears it out. Pfizer hit the post on the right side. Sure, back in his own end. He'll throw it left wing pass to Sekos, who dumps it in. Grizzlies trying to tie it up. Grizzlies are back at full strength. Utah's net is empty. 6-on-5. Zach Berzola will fire it off the near glass. Cut off by Cameron Wright, who gets the puck. He'll throw it back to the corner. Wright gets to Pfizer. Left side will take a shot. Saved by Worm. Puck goes to the far side. Sure in the area. As Sure loses his stick. Polino in the area. Cincinnati clears it out to center. 20 seconds left. Tho gathers it. Tho skates towards the left side. He'll feed it ahead to Walker. Walker off the boards for Pfizer. Skates towards the right circle. Pfizer chips it out in front. It goes around the net. 10 seconds left. Sekos up top for Sure. He fans on it. And Druziak out to neutralize. 3 seconds left. Pfizer fires towards the net. It goes wide, and now we'll do it. Cincinnati wins 4-3 as Taryn Pfizer hit the post with about a minute left in regulation that could have tied it up. Furious rally by the Grizzlies at the end. But the final score is the Cyclones 4 and the Grizzlies 3. Looked like Cincinnati got away with icing the puck on even strength as they were looking for the empty net goal by Polino. And Utah, Connor McDonald and Dylan Fitz are talking. They think there should be a review to see if the puck crossed the goal line.
It didn't. You can see the review up here on the massive Maverik Center Jumbotron. It just got nothing but iron, Tyson. Iron and kind.
So the Grizzlies missed by an iron there. So Cincinnati now has a standing point in 20 straight games, and they have now won in 8 straight. The no goal is under further review, and whatever you do, keep the chuck-a-pucks in the stands, please. We say every game, you got to keep the chuck-a-pucks in the seats. As you mentioned, though, it looks like it hit nothing but iron, and Cincinnati's going to come away with a 4-3 victory.
It really is a game of inches, Tyson. Grizzlies inches away from tying that thing, but got to give them credit. They really fought until the end. Heck of a game. Went toe-to-toe with one of the best teams in the league. Sets the stage for a wild Sunday afternoon.
So Cincinnati wins the first 2 games of this series, 6-4 on Wednesday night. People are throwing chuck-a-pucks on the ice. Grizzlies saluting their fans. They're still looking it over, but I imagine it's going to be no goal. Military night. Grizzlies wearing specialty jerseys. I think, when's the auction end? I think it's about 10 o'clock or so when the auction ends.
It's got to be ending soon, doesn't it? I think
5 minutes left in the auction.
Boy.
5 minutes left in the auction. Johnny Walker's jersey's up to $610. That might be the most. Zach Secos going for $400. Raby for $450. Simeone $420. Lucas Breek $430. Trent Miner $400. Victor Bartley $350. Grisby going for $360. 5 minutes left in the auction. Go to the Dash Auction app and bid on those Grizzlies game-worn jerseys.
Oh, baby, get your bids in. Want to secure one of those beautiful-looking military jerseys. I also think that those have the names of veterans and people who are currently serving along the waistline and on the sleeves. So very cool-looking jersey, and you got a chance to make it yours.
No goal, says the referee. This baby's in the refrigerator, and Cincinnati has won the first 2 games of this series. Final score, Cincinnati 4, Utah 3. Post-game show starts in 30 seconds on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
I live for my next goal. Whether it's another pick six or another step forward in life, I wouldn't be who I am without the drive to reach it. And I wouldn't be where I am without my team. Everyone on and off the field who supports me and believes in my dreams as much as I do. Whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are going to help you reach toward them. Like my friends at America First, and see where life takes you.
Cincinnati wins 4-3, and really was a crazy ending to this hockey game. Grizzlies scored late in regulation as Zach Secos scored from the left point. Boy, Johnny Walker stayed to the bench as if he redirected it, but he was just out in front. He didn't get a piece of it, but probably impaired the vision of Beck Warm. And then with a minute left, looked like Taryn Pfizer hit the post. Cincinnati cleared it out. Looked like they cleared it out when we were still skating 4-on-4. Utah's net was empty, making it 5-on-4. Ryan Kanasiewicz couldn't believe that they didn't call icing on Patrick Polino, keeping the puck in play. I mean, that would have given the Grizzlies an offensive zone draw and probably saves them an extra 10 minutes from, retrieving the puck deep in their own zone and then getting it back into the offensive end. Could have made an impact. I don't know. But then you're talking about Cincinnati really doing a good job not letting Utah get that opportunity. They're utilizing their size, get out in front, and really force everything to the perimeter. And they really did a good job of that, and were able to secure the 2 standings points as a result.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about that icing call. I really think that was icing. I mean, Polino was right here in front of the Cincinnati bench here. So, I mean, he was behind the red line, dumps the puck in. That definitely should have been an icing. But again, I mean, you think about that call, though, that would have taken the face-off down to the Utah end. All Cincinnati skaters would have to stay on. Grizzlies maybe get a change, maybe not, whatever they want to do. I'm not necessarily sure if the Grizzlies score on that play, but it certainly would have helped them out a lot. I don't know if it would have necessarily changed the outcome of the game. But the Grizzlies fought until the very end. And this game was really close. And for the Grizzlies, I think you got to keep your head up. I think the Grizzlies played a really solid game against one of the top teams in the league. There's a lot to be learned from this game, and they get another chance to redeem themselves on Sunday afternoon.
Cincinnati now has a standing point in 20 straight games. They have a victory in 8 straight. Let's get to the scoring recap. Jalen Smerrick had an outstanding contest. He scored his first of 2 goals in the game, 6-11 in. Caparuso and Andrusiak with the assist. That was 1 second after a power play, as Victor Bartley got 2 minutes for hooking, and Cameron Wright got a 10-minute misconduct, 4:10 into the contest. So Bartley just exited the box, and before you know it, Smerik's shot was in the back of the net, just like that. So even though it was a 5-on-5 goal, statistically, essentially Cincinnati was still working on their power play unit, and with their power play, philosophy, Cincinnati took a 1-0 lead. Then the Grizzlies tied it up, 9:21 into the first, as Utah had a 2-on-2. Jared Power was on the left side, chipped it across to Jamison. Pass went tape to tape. Jamison with a good look from the right side, and went stick side on Beck Warm and found the back of the net. That tied it up at 9:21 in. Patrick Polino scored a power play goal with 28 seconds left in the first period. Vive and Caparuso with the assists. Cincinnati went 1 for 6 on the power play, and the Cyclones led 2-1 after 20 minutes of play. Smerik scored a second of the game, 6:19 into the second, with Lapide and Passelt getting the assist. It was a shorthanded goal. Cyclones have 3 shorthanded goals in 2 games this series. Grizzlies, like they did on Wednesday night, they were down 2 halfway through the contest and then scored a late second period goal. Jared Power gets his first professional goal as he took a shot from the right side, bounced off a Warm, and then, Power was able to get the rebound, backhand shot, found the back of the net. And, last season, it seemed like so many players got their first professional goals. This season, it hasn't happened very often. But Jared Power gets his first as a pro, 16:03 into the second period. Both teams had 1 goal in the second. Cyclones led 3-2 after 2 periods. Cyclones got what proved to be a big-time insurance goal, and a goal that turned into be the game winner. Lee Lapide gets his 10th of the year. Dejan Mingo and Cody Caron getting the assist. That was 2:28 in. Looks like we got a change to Utah's third goal. They say that Johnny Walker did get a piece of it, and Walker gets his 11th of the year with Sekos and James Schur getting the assist. We were originally told that Sekos had gotten the goal. It was announced by Chris Hagan that Sekos got the goal, but Johnny Walker was the one to score his 11th of the year. Sekos and Schur with the assist. And then with about a minute left is when Pfizer hit the post. Cincinnati iced it. And, the Grizzlies were just looking for that one good look. And they were able to get that there, from about the point between Walker's goal and Pfizer hitting the post. It was kind of a frantic scene. And really what calling icing would have done is just settle things in. Maybe the Grizzlies use their one time out there and try to set up a play. Maybe isolate Pfizer to the right side or get Sekos an open look. But the play just kind of kept going on, and Cincinnati did a good job keeping things to the perimeter. One of the things, if you want to beat Cincinnati, is you got to win those one-on-one battles along the boards. And Cincinnati did a good job of that tonight, and they did what they had to do. And really, for a team like Cincinnati, with the record they have, they go to 42-12, 6-3 this season. They know how to win the close ones, and they know how to come away with 2 standings points on a night where maybe they didn't play their best. They'd probably say that there have been games where they played better. This was a night where they just had to dig in. And, despite the regulation loss, I think you have to give the Grizzlies some credit for hanging in there for a full 60 minutes, just trying to dig deep. And, they couldn't get that tying goal, but it was certainly a good effort by the Grizzlies for 60 minutes tonight.
I agree, Tyson. I really like the way that the Grizzlies were able to rally in the third period and get that goal from Johnny Walker and really just find a way to crawl back into this game. The crowd was amazing. The Grizzlies tried to find anything that they could to just throw it back warm. But, when it comes down to the end of the day, I really think that this game was won and lost in 2 ways. It was won by Cincinnati in the neutral zone. They did a really good job of just winning those 50-50 pucks in the neutral zone, not letting the Grizzlies really get any good opportunities off the rush in transition. And then I look at the special teams game. Cincinnati goes 1 for 6 in this game. Utah was 1 for 7. But you think about that shorthanded goal that Cincinnati had. Now their third shorthanded goal in 2 games against the Grizzlies. You think about those shorthanded goals. Those are the dagger. Really, you take away those shorthanded goals and the Grizzlies are right there in this game. The games are tied. Cincinnati doesn't win those games without those shorthanded goals. So really just a tough break for the Grizzlies. But they got to shore up on special teams. I really think if the Grizzlies were firing on special teams like we have them seen, like we've seen them do throughout the course of the season, I think they win these 2 games.
10 games left in the regular season, 8 of them at Maverik Center. And good thing the playoffs don't start tomorrow because the Grizzlies would be on the outside looking in. Utah is stuck with 61 standings points. Rapid City won 6-5 in a shootout against Fort Wayne. So Utah and Rapid City are now tied for 5th place in the Mountain Division. Kansas City got a victory tonight. What was the score? 3-2 against Tulsa, I think.
Yeah.
So Kansas City and Wichita. Wichita picked up a standing point. I think they lost in overtime 3-2 to Iowa. So Wichita and Kansas City are tied for second with 64 points. Allen right now is in fourth place by themselves. Allen lost 3-1 to Idaho at Credit Union of Texas Event Center. So Allen is in fourth by themselves, and the Americans are probably rooting hard for Cincinnati tonight. And it looks like when it comes down to the stretch, it could be Allen, Utah, Rapid City, and you got to tip your hat to Rapid City for climbing back into the playoff race. They got a 6-5 victory over in Fort Wayne, and that's a pretty tough place to win over there at Memorial Coliseum. And so, for the Grizzlies, for 2 straight nights, unable to get that game-tying goal. It was a 1-goal deficit with 1 minute left in regulation both Wednesday and Friday. And you think about those empty standings points that you could have gotten, especially here at Maverik Center, could that end up making the difference between making the playoffs and not making it? And it's hard to say, but right now the Grizzlies, looking at those missed standings points, as missed opportunities in the Mountain Division standings.
It absolutely is a missed opportunity, Tyson. I mean, any game that the Grizzlies don't get 2 standing points in is a missed opportunity, especially in a game where I thought the Grizzlies played well at times, a game that the Grizzlies really could have won tonight and Wednesday. That's going to hurt you in terms of the playoff race. You think about almost everybody in the playoff race now, except for Utah and Allen, got a standing point tonight. So it's just tough in terms of the standings. But for the Grizzlies, I think you just got to take away the positives from this game and move into Sunday afternoon with those positives in mind, because I really liked some of the things that the Grizzlies did in this game. I really liked the way that they were able to set up in the offensive zone when they were able to set up offensively. I liked the way the Grizzlies played defensively as well. I thought Trent Miner had a pretty good game. I think there's a lot of positives that the Grizzlies can take away from this one. They played a good 60-minute game, but they got to find a way to win. And it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's all for naught unless you get the 2 standing points. So Grizzlies need to find a way.
Yeah, that's really what it comes down to. You just got to simply find a way in some of these nights. And that's what Cincinnati has done in their streak of 20 straight games of the standing point. They'd probably tell you it wasn't pretty, but, they found a way to get the job done. Let's get to the 3 stars of the game. Number 3 star, Patrick Polino, who scored a power play goal 1932 in. He's the number 3 star. Number 2 star, Lee Lapede, who had 1 goal, 1 assist, was a +1, and had 3 shots. The number 1 star, Jalen Smerrick, who had 2 goals, was a +2. He had 2 shots. Both of them found the back of the net. He's the number 1 star of the game. For the Grizzlies, Keaton Jamison and Jared Power each had 1 goal and 1 assist. And congratulations to Jared Power, the former Mount Royal University product, his first pro goal. Jamison with an outstanding game as well. 1 assist for Zach Sekos, Victor Bartley, James Shear also with an assist. And originally they gave the goal to Zach Sekos. It was announced as Sekos. And later on, they determined that Johnny Walker redirected it, and so Walker gets his 11th goal of the season. Sekos and Shearer with the assists. So Johnny Walker was certainly active tonight. He had 11 penalty minutes. He got in a fight with Dejan Mingo, 3:09 into the 3rd period. But both teams will have tomorrow off. That probably does benefit a team like Cincinnati, who's only got 15. For the Grizzlies, they played pretty well on Sundays. They're 6-2 on Sundays this season. They're going to need to bring their Sunday best to end Cincinnati's winning streak and see if they can get some points, which are badly needed here down the stretch of the season.
Yeah, Tyson, the Grizzlies really need those points, and they're not going to come easy against a team like Cincinnati. I mean, just to talk about Cincinnati for a second, 20 straight games with a standing point. That's unreal. That's remarkable. I know that the run that Toledo is on right now, but Cincinnati, that's just crazy. And now an 8-game winning streak.
Get this though, Toledo lost 4-2.
Oh boy, okay.
Toledo's streak is over.
All right, so now Cincinnati in the driver's seat in that division. You think about them and Idaho being the 2 powerhouses in the Western Conference. The Grizzlies, they found a way to win games against the Steelheads. They found a way to hang in 2 games with the Cincinnati Cyclones. I think I like their chances on Sunday. And I said that coming into this game. And the Grizzlies, again, played a pretty complete game, just weren't able to find a way to pull ahead. But I really like the way that the Grizzlies played. I think just give them one more chance on Sunday, and I think they break through.
Should be a lot of fun. 3:10 face-off. And good thing with Saturday being an off day, both teams will be rested enough for the Sunday game. So we'll be able to see really more of an aesthetically pleasing brand of hockey than you would if both teams were ultra-fatigued on the ice.
Yeah, I agree. And it's just the thing about Cincinnati's game. They're a physical team. And compare them to the Idaho Steelheads, they're more physical than Idaho. And I think the Cincinnati Cyclones game plan is that they're good at moving the puck, kind of like Allen is, but they're also a big bruising kind of team where they're going to try and wear you down throughout the course of the game. So you get to the point in the 3rd period where if the Cyclones have a lead, you're pretty worn out if you're the Grizzlies trying to make a comeback. And so it's really tough to come back against a team like Cincinnati. I mean, they're really good at holding a lead. I mean, when they're leading after 2 periods, they're 31, well, now 32, 1-1-1. I mean, it's hard. It's just they play that shutdown, lockdown game. And you think about the neutral zone. There were times where the Grizzlies just could not find a way into the Cyclones zone. They were really good at standing up the blue line. Maverik had a fantastic game for Cincinnati. So if you're the Grizzlies, just make that a part of your game plan. Understand that that's what Cincinnati is going to throw at you. If the Grizzlies are able to adapt, I think we could see a win on Sunday.
Whatever you do, keep the chuck-a-pucks in the stands. For the Grizzlies, next week they take on Wichita. Wichita lost in overtime. I think it's one of those where you look at that being a critical. I almost feel like the season, regardless of what happens on Sunday, the season's going to be determined based on that Wichita series. You're going to have to come away with no less than 2 victories, maybe all 3 wins against Wichita. They're in that series next week, and so that should be a lot of fun here at Maverik Center. That's going to be this upcoming Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Well, Guy, any final thoughts before we head out for the night?
I like the way the Grizzlies played, Tyson. They just weren't able to solve the Cincinnati Cyclones, and a lot of teams recently haven't been able to do that. But I thought the Grizzlies really hung in there, played a solid game, has a lot of optimism coursing through my veins for a potential win on Sunday afternoon. So I guess only time will tell. You got to be here at Maverik Center. Get your tickets at utahgrizzlies.com or hang out with us on YouTube and Flow Sports to see how it turns out.
Turn Pfizer had a chance to tie it up with about a minute left, and as Maxwell Smart would say, missed it by that much. Just wasn't the Grizzlies' night as the iron was unkind, and Cincinnati wins 4-3. They've now won 20 straight games, or they've got a standing point in 20 straight games. Toledo lost tonight. Their winning streak comes to an end, and it was a long, long winning streak. Well, that'll wrap things up here at Maverik Center. Catch the Grizzlies story at utahgrizzlies.com. Does Kiki have the story that we'll post to utahgrizzlies.com shortly? And good to see Kiki Crum here in attendance. Good to see Andrew Mossbrooks, the Cincinnati broadcaster, making the trip as well. Great game notes, and we look forward to reading those for Sunday's game as well. For Kiki Crum and Guy Krenza, I'm Tyson Whiting. Once again, the Cincinnati Cyclones defeat the Utah Grizzlies 4-3 in a game that went 2 hours and 41 minutes and in front of a crowd of 7,164, the 4th largest home crowd of the season. Next broadcast of Grizzlies hockey will be on Sunday afternoon, 2:50 pregame show, 3:10 face-off. I'm Tyson Whiting, and it is what it is.